The world gradually fell to ruin. The earth plunged into endless darkness. Humanity dwindled, leaving only disgusting monsters to run rampant everywhere, and facing those monsters was a young man on the verge of death. His breath came in ragged gasps as he growled that traitor dared to plot against me. Watching the monster charge, he was too exhausted to even resist anymore. He uttered his farewell to the world. I never thought I would die at the hands of my own people, but I was never a good fit for this damn world anyway. My name is Diep Trung Min, a dreamer in the face of the apocalypse. I'm about to die now. How did it come to this? 10 years ago, the world changed drastically. 9/10 of humanity turned into terrifying monsters, and countless roulettes descended from the sky. People discovered magic crystals on the heads of zombies. Countless unimaginable items could be drawn from the roulette supplies, weapons, and even elixirs that unlocked superhuman abilities. The remnants of humanity cared only for survival, all because of the roulettes. They fought over them endlessly, turning the whole world into a cruel survival game. As for me to survive, I could only choose to obey, abandoning my principles as a human. I trained for 10 years and finally earned my place in the squad. I thought the future would be brighter. I thought if I just tried hard enough, there would be a path to survival. It should have been that way, right? I never expected to die in the end because of a teammate's plot. Is this how my game ends? After Diep Trung Min closed his eyes, he suddenly jolted awake. Turning his head, he saw a beautiful girl lying beside him. Bak Thee, is this a dream or a side effect of the stone? Didn't she die a long time ago? This is my home, the house from before the disaster 10 years ago. Just a moment ago, I was... Don't tell me I've been reborn. October 9th, 2022. This is the very day that hell on earth began. Do I have to go through it all again? No, that's not right. Being reborn is a chance to turn the tables. My experience from 10 years in the apocalypse is my most valuable weapon. Finishing his thought, he quickly grabbed a bucket and a knife and immediately began to prepare supplies. Bak Thee, hearing the noise, woke up, her voice sleepy. Trung Min, where are you going? Diep Trung Min ignored her, not bothering to answer. He opened a closet to get his things, thinking to himself, this is the memento my parents left me. I couldn't bear to use it before, but now is the time. After the apocalypse, money will be useless. Seeing him remain silent, she got a little annoyed and yelled, Diep Trung Min, I'm asking you a question. Where are you going? He didn't hide it anymore. Women only slow down the speed of my sword draw. Let me tell you, you and Tan Quan are having an affair. The caressing and comforting just now was just charity for me, wasn't it? She trembled slightly and asked Tan Quan, Trung Min, what are you talking about? In my past life, during the early stages of the apocalypse, I did my best to protect this woman. Bak Thee, and yet she chose to leave me to rely on Tan Quan. Diep Trung Min, speak clearly. What right do you have to slander me and Tan Quan? You're just jealous because he's handsome and rich. You're a despicable person, despicable my ass. This thigh, for old time's sake, I'll give you one last warning. Be careful of Tan Quan. He's not someone who will stick with you through thick and thin. He'll end up trading you for 3 cans of beer. She wouldn't believe me now anyway. I've said my piece. No more wasting time, I have more important things to do. With that thought, he coolly turned to leave while she continued to scream from the bed. I'm the one who dumped you. I dumped you first. To prepare for the coming doomsday, the first step is to gather tools and medicine. Scene change outside, he hailed a cab, gave the driver a stack of cash to the nearest hospital and step on it. The driver said, all right, kid, hold on tight. First, medicine. In the apocalypse, these drugs are rare resources with incredible uses. Next, a clothing store. Heh, all the survival gear you need is right here. Will that be cash or card? He was about to pay by card and leave with his things. His eyes suddenly fell upon a mountain-splitting saber. Isn't that the one I used in my past life? Great quality for a bargain price. I successfully snagged it. The old shopkeeper saw him buy a cheap knife and was as happy as if he'd struck gold selling a blade for 10 times its value. Back in the taxi, he made the driver an offer get to the Din Thin Villa within 5 minutes for an extra 300. Seeing a sweet deal, the driver went into beast mode, speeding off like a rocket. Everything is ready now, I just have to repeat history. The wheel. The Doomsday Wheel or the Exchange Wheel, the only source for survival supplies. Later on, water, food, equipment, and even special abilities must all be obtained through the wheel. To get ahead, I have to seize the first opportunity. According to my memories, the first fragment of the Doomsday Wheel should be right here. Arriving at the villa area, his car was stopped by a security guard. He told the driver to just ram through for an extra 500. The driver immediately agreed. The car smashed through the barrier and sped inside. A moment later, he stopped at a certain spot. He told the driver to remember to take the quiet roads on the way out. Okay. At this moment, with all his gear prepared, the security guard caught up and yelled, "A beat-up taxi acting so tough! You damaged the security barrier and you still think you can run my ass. Hey kid, do you hear me? Don't play dumb with me unafraid." He pointed to the sky. "Look." The security guard looked up, his jaw dropping. "What is that?" "It's exactly like 15 years ago. Why did it have to leave the wheel behind?" "The apocalypse drives humanity to slaughter one another. If everything is destined to repeat, if this survival game is still going to happen then, this time I will seize the opportunity to become stronger. I will not waste this second chance." For those who don't know, the object in the sky is the Golden Holy Light warship. The two security guards scrambled to pull out their phones and record while his face turned pale. So soon. "The Golden Holy Light warship has already begun its attack." He immediately turned and fled. The warship's attack lasted for 5 straight minutes. After those 5 minutes, the world turned into a living hell. This must be the location of the wheel. The first wheel. Once the warship stops its attack, the wheel will appear. With that thought, he rang the doorbell, pretending to be a delivery driver to get into the house. The person inside realized he wasn't with a delivery service. A very cute girl walked down the stairs, her voice sharp. "Who the hell are you? Get out now or I'm calling the police!" A girl with no fighting ability. "What do you really want?" Before she could finish, an explosion echoed from outside. The Holy Light warship was firing frantically, releasing something like capsules that opened up to spread a green toxic gas. It caused people to mutate into hideous creatures. The apocalypse had begun. Humans began to tear each other apart as cries for help echoed all around. She started to panic. "What's happening outside? Why are so many people screaming?" "If you don't get out of here, I'm calling security." Then a bright light flashed from the kitchen. He realized it was here and immediately rushed in. She followed, stunned at the sight before her. What is this?" Just as expected, the exchange wheel appeared. In its center was a gray crystal, a level 1 wheel, the lowest rank. So this is what he was looking for. "But why is it in my house seeing a potion on the wheel?" He grinned. It was a strengthening potion. The most valuable reward from a level 1 wheel. It can double or even triple your stamina. If I had 5 level 1 crystals, I could exchange for it right now. Suddenly, he broke into a cold sweat. "Why are there 7 slots? This wheel requires 7 level 1 crystals, 2 more than normal. There must be a more important item on this wheel." "You know what this is, don't you? Say something." On the wheel's turntable, he noticed something strange. A lucky card. Unable to contain her curiosity, she grabbed his shoulder. "What are you talking about? What is this wheel and what lucky card? This girl, she hasn't turned into a zombie yet. This proves it's resistant to poison gas, or it could be a lucky assistant card, a special power-up card, for example, one that greatly boosts your 5 senses and physical strength or gives you a companion beast." "I explained it so clearly and you still don't believe me. Cut the crap. Are you playing a game or something? Are you high a companion beast? Only a ghost would believe you. Just go outside and listen, will you?" The screaming outside has stopped. You're right. A moment ago there were horrific screams and now it's completely silent. What in the world is going on out there? Are you an idiot? Going out there is suicide. But her hands moved faster than her brain, rushing to open the door. Instantly, a zombie stuck its head in and lunged to tear her apart. She panicked and let out a piercing scream, so he sliced the zombie into 2 pieces with a single slash. Then he struck a super cool pose. She was frozen in fear. He grabbed the zombie's head and pulled out the crystal on it. She quickly analyzed that the thing he wanted was the crystal on the monster's head. "It looks just like the crystals on the roulette wheel." Suddenly, 2 more zombies charged at them. He continued to look cool, shielding her. With one slash, one was history, and with another, the other one was toast. Seeing him finish off the 2 zombies so cleanly, she was smitten. So handsome. She immediately asked for his details. "Who are you? Since you asked, I'll answer," he said gently. "Yeah, Jungming, what's your name? I'm Mo Xingfei." Hearing the name Mo Xingfei, he instantly broke into a cold sweat. Mo Xingfei. Don't tell me she's the legendary 9-star powerhouse from 5 years in the future. Why is it her? Big brother, yeah, what in the world is happening? The Earth has been attacked just as you can see. Most people have turned into zombies. What the hell, an attack? Turned into zombies? I don't know who attacked Earth either. I just know that a small number of humans were unaffected. They didn't turn into zombies just like you and me. Then what are we supposed to do? Will the government and the military come to rescue us? Like hell they will. Just a few minutes ago, the government and the military completely collapsed. Outside is now a world of zombies. Hearing that Xingfei was so shocked, her soul nearly left her body. No matter how I look at her, she's just an ordinary woman. Can she really become a 9-star powerhouse? If she reaches that level, she must have some extraordinary trait. Besides, I need an assistant. Let me tell you a bit about the rules of survival in this zombie world. He walked towards a machine that looked like a clock. He explained that this roulette is the Doomsday Roulette. Most of the weapons and supplies in the zombie world come from it. To spin the roulette, you need to fill all the empty slots to get the items on it. This shape looks a lot like the thing you took from the zombie's head. Don't tell me it's this gray zombie crystal. After filling the slots, you can spin the roulette one time. Does that mean we have to kill 7 zombies to spin the roulette once? Yes. The more valuable the rewards on the roulette, the more zombie crystals you'll need. You mean there are many types of roulettes. Does each one have different rewards? That's right, this is just a level 1 roulette. Big brother, yeah, how do you know all of this information? Are you a transmigrator? Or maybe the main character of some novel? He broke into a sweat at her question. This is hard to explain. By the way, do you want to see the roulette spin? She nodded her head vigorously. I'm going out to kill a few more zombies. Keep the door locked tight and don't open it. The scene shifts outside. The villa area is crawling with zombies. One had just turned its head when he immediately took it out. Hearing the sound, 4 nearby zombies rushed over. With his 15 years of grinding skills, he easily dispatched this horde. Just as he was about to collect the loot, he heard a cry for help. A girl was being chased by 2 zombies. Seeing him, she immediately hid behind his back. He made short work of those 2 with just a few slashes. Suddenly, the girl from before started howling like a mad dog. Her face twisted and she attacked him. Unsurprised, he quickly sent her on her way with a flick of his wrist. A moment later, he returned with a pile of crystals. Hin Fi praised him endlessly. Brother Diep, you're so amazing. To get 11 zombie crystals, and with the 3 from before, we can draw a prize 2 times. All right, I'll show you how the prize wheel draw works. He approached the prize wheel and inserted each crystal. The crystals disappeared and the wheel began to spin. He prayed to get a strengthening potion, but some prayers just don't get answered. The prize wheel landed on the receive 4 jars of delicious fruit jam space. He could only weep. How could I get such useless junk? In a time of famine, canned goods are a luxury that aren't easy to come by. But while you were out, I reorganized the food in the house a bit. We have enough to eat for a long time, feeling like his luck was as bad as it gets. He handed the remaining crystals to her. You try pulling once. Mac Hin Fi, the 9-star powerhouse. What prize will this future powerhouse draw? After Hin Fi inserted enough crystals, the prize wheel started to spin. Every first prize draw has an indescribable precious feeling. I hope her luck is a little better than mine. I got this. Seeing what Hin Fi just pulled, Trung Min's jaw dropped. This is an elimination card. I can't believe you pulled this. An elimination card. Is it very valuable? Of course it is precious. While it's not essential right now, later on when you're drawing for important equipment or skills, this elimination card can increase the odds of pulling a divine weapon. I didn't expect my good luck to work on the prize wheel. Is your luck always this good? Immediately after was a showcase of her luck drinking soda. She would often win another bottle smashing golden eggs. She would always win the grand prize opening mystery boxes. She would hit the lucky prize. In a supermarket raffle, she even won a live cow. Contrary to Hin Fi's luck, he was the kind of guy who'd never even won a free bottle of soda. Thanks for playing the guy with no luck for prizes. I wondered what made you a 9-star powerhouse who knew it was because of luck. If you're the goddess of lucky draws, hey, then let me piggyback on your good fortune. The scene shifts to the next morning. Are you heading out as soon as it's light out? Yep, to collect some crystals. Why are you going out to gather them so early? Today's goal is 100 crystals. Seeing his diligence, she thought to herself, this man is actually quite dependable. In that case, I can't just be idle. The kitchen is a woman's world. I must make a meal worthy of 100 crystals, yes. Sometime later, he returned, looking like he was attending a funeral. You're back so soon? Yeah, I have one piece of good news and one piece of bad news. Which do you want to hear? Let me hear the good news first. The good news is that in this area, besides us, there are no other normal humans left. I've killed all the zombies in this area. You're really incredible. So what's the bad news? I've killed all the zombies in this area. There are only a few crystals. It's okay, that's still enough for a few draws. I turned this entire area upside down and could only gather this handful of crystals. I'm feeling a little hungry. Is there anything to eat? Oh, she did. After that, Hin Fi brought out a pile of ruined dishes. Sorry, I don't usually know how to cook. It doesn't matter what the food is like. You just have to pick it up with chopsticks and put it in your mouth. It's edible, although it doesn't look very nice. Hearing that, she was moved to tears. He wasn't disgusted at all. Having something to eat is good enough. Before I was so hungry, I almost ate a dead person. After eating our fill, it's time to get down to business. Let's see what good stuff she can draw this time. Then she drew a gun and a crossbow. Holy crap, that's insane. Getting very practical weapons 2 times in a row. There's one more draw. You try it. My luck is terrible. Let me transfer some good luck to you. You'll be lucky. Items that have been drawn won't appear again. Now there are 6 types of rewards left on the wheel. The probability of getting the enhancement potion is, should we use an elimination card to remove the cookie option? The words were barely out of his mouth when the elimination card was instantly used. He was speechless. I didn't know just saying that would use it. Sorry, it's already used now. Now there's a 1/5 chance of getting the enhancement potion. Let's risk it all. Spirits of heaven and earth, bless us. By the power of friendship, you must help us. He immediately spun and hit the jackpot. So awesome, man, a primary enhancement potion. It can significantly improve the user's physical condition, increasing close combat power by at least 3 times in basic combat. This physical enhancement potion is the most important thing. You should drink it quickly. After using it, my body will be instantly enhanced, right? Not so fast. Let me show you something more interesting. He took out the vial from the hospital and mixed it with the enhancement potion. The heron from the hospital is useful after all. This way, 1 vial can become 2. Really? Yeah, there isn't just one wheel, there are many more in other places, and the rewards on each are different. If we have more enhancement potions, we can trade for god cards, valuable abilities, or rare medicines with other people. Oh, so that's how it is. How do you know so many things? That. The temperature of the potion needs to be strictly controlled. It's a bit high right now. Lower it a little. You have to memorize the process carefully and adjust to the standard temperature. You'll make the next vial. I'll be sure to remember it carefully. And just like that, they could create 2 vials of enhancement potion. Brother, yeah, how do you know how to compound medicine? Suddenly, he shushed her. Don't make a sound. Hissing noises came from outside. He immediately grabbed her hand and ran upstairs. What's wrong? Something more troublesome than zombies is approaching. The mutated Diep. Infected by the virus, they evolved into man-eating insects. Individually, they're not strong, but they gather in swarms. If you see one, there's a whole swarm. Help me push this cabinet over. What on earth are those things? They're mutated Diep. The apocalypse didn't just turn people into zombies, it also caused many plants and animals to mutate. These mutated creatures will attack more than just humans. They even eat people to survive. You hide in here and don't come out without my order. What about you? Don't worry, it'll be over in a moment. Right after that, the deep creatures charged in. He then pulled out the big guns. Now was the perfect time to use them, even if the side effects were a little nasty. Below, hordes of mutated Deep were stomping around, making a loud thumping noise as they crawled all over the house. Each and every one was gigantic. A normal person would be scared out of their wits just by looking at them, and here was a whole swarm of them. Click, clack, click, clack. They approached the door and started breaking in. Their legs are incredibly tough. There is no other way. Seeing the swarm of mutated Deep about to break through the door right in front of him, he took out a test tube. The only option was to drink the potion. Crash Creek Deep Trung. Min squeezed his eyes shut and gulped down the vial of potion. In an instant, a strange tremor ran through his body and his pupils dilated completely. Then he collapsed with a dry thud. Ah! He screamed in agony. Ugh! Meanwhile, a mutated Deep kicked the door open and burst in while he was writhing in pain. Ah! Squeak. It lunged forward, followed by the whole swarm of Deep that swarmed over the fallen Deep Trung Min. He was almost completely surrounded, lying motionless. Suddenly, the potion's effect kicked in. He swung his blade, slashing horizontally at the nearest Diep's head. Thwack! After the slash, he leaped forward. Just like that, one Diep's body was in one place, its head in another, green blood splattering everywhere. He had lopped its head clean off. The others rushed forward, and he stepped on one to launch himself high into the air. It really hurts. His eyes turned fiery red as he mumbled, his killing intent flaring up. Another Diep lunged at him as if to avenge its comrade, giving him no room to breathe. Damn it, this pain is killing me! He roared, his eyes bloodshot. A faint mist appeared around him. Swish, swish! He spun around, slashing at 3 of the creatures that lunged at him at once. It was an incredibly clean cut, not a single wasted motion. Arr, he yelled, his eyes showing not a trace of fear. Swoosh, swoosh! He continuously slashed at the mutated Deep one after another, cleaving them in 2 with a single strike. His blade was covered in green blood, which dripped down drop by drop. Pant, pant, he gasped for breath, surrounded by the corpses of the mutated Deep. Deep Trung Min scanned the area before heading downstairs. The appearance of these Diep swarms always meant there was a Diep mother nearby. If he did not eradicate the root of the problem, it would never end. He frowned, using memories from his past life to search for the Diep mother. Hiss, hiss, hiss. The Deep Mother appeared from behind him. Deep Trung Min sensed it immediately. What a coincidence. He spun around to see the Diep Mother who had shown up uninvited. Even better. A whole nest in one go. The massive Diep Mother advanced towards him. Its children lay scattered on the ground. The mutated Diep Mother said nothing. Crackle, crackle! The Deep Mother spat mucus at him. He leaped forward. Sizzle. The mucus it spat out melted a wooden table instantly right where the mutated Deep Mother had aimed. It made a sizzling sound. Thud. A necklace fell to the ground. Clink, Diep Trung Min happened to step on that very necklace. Diep Trung Min scanned his surroundings and growled, "You want to avenge your children, huh?" Screech! Screech! The Deep shrieked loudly and charged at him. He thought back to his past. Here it comes, according to his past life's experience, the Deep Mother's weak point. Diep Trung Min leaped onto the middle of the Deep's back. There is a red blood stain on its back, right here. He brought his blade down. Green blood gushed out. Crackle! The Deep Mother shrieked in pain. Die! He swept his blade across it, and with every slash, more green blood poured out. It is over. He gave his blade a twirl. The Deep Mother collapsed motionless. He jumped off the creature's corpse. Diep Trung Min rolled his shoulders. The more strength I use, the side effects become more obvious. It hurts like hell. The door creaked open. Come on out, it is okay, he said in an extremely tired voice. Mak Kin Phai rushed over and hugged him tightly. Diep Trung Min was stunned. Hey, you! For a moment, he did not know what to do. Mak Kin Phai was trembling all over as if in extreme fear. He gently patted her back to comfort her. You are crying over a small thing like this. This is the apocalypse. A tear rolled down her cheek. He comforted her. In the apocalypse, the most worthless thing is tears. Who has time to cry? Ugh, it stinks in here, and it is so dark. Mak Kin Phai wiped her tears, pretending to be strong. Her face turned completely red. Is that so? He asked again. She turned her head away. It is not what it looks like. With so many insect corpses like this, how are we going to clean this up? She looked over at the slain mutated Deep and sighed. There is green blood everywhere. He pointed and said, This is good stuff delivered right to our doorstep. Hearing that, she pinched her nose. Good stuff. It's extremely hard to understand, he explained. Right now, we can still find food in supermarkets and abandoned houses, but in 1 year, food will become an incredible luxury. She asked back, Is it because the mutations will make it impossible to get food through farming or raising livestock anymore? Diep Trung Min nodded. Correct. In the future, there will be 3 main food sources leftover plants that haven't spoiled rewards obtained from the wheel, and the third type is jerky made from carcasses, from the bodies of these insects. She covered her mouth, eating insect carcasses. Looking as if she couldn't process it for a moment, he said, Well, eating insect carcasses is better than eating people. He mentioned a terrifying thing that often happens in the apocalypse, cannibalism. Diep Hin Phi was terrified. Perhaps in her whole life she never imagined people would eat other people. Trembling as she butchered the pile of insects, its 8 legs were still twitching. Diep Hin Phi wore an apron and held a knife in each of her 2 hands. She was even wearing a mask. Ah, it's still alive. She brought one knife down with her, 2 eyes shut tight as if she didn't want to see the gruesome sight. He said cheerfully. You're doing a great job harvesting the meat, thud thud. She chopped down on the board piece by piece. Diep Hin Phi took off her mask after hearing him speak, and he added, Ugh, so disgusting. Are you planning to go out? Yeah, I'll be going a bit farther this time. We need more crystals and information about the surroundings. He nodded. All right, I'll turn this meat into jerky. She nodded, then got up and walked over to him as he continued to prepare the enhancement potion. Trust me, Diep Trung Min told her with firm conviction, I will definitely come back. And then he went outside fully equipped while she saw him off from the doorway. Diep Hin Phi's heart was full of worry, but she also had faith that he would surely be all right. As afternoon fell, he ran swiftly into the city. Countless zombies with their guts spilling out lay strewn along the road. Their blood had turned green. They truly had no semblance of humanity left. Thump, thump, thump. He ran past without a moment's hesitation. Help me over there, someone's voice cried out. Diep Trung Min, who was running, stopped short and then looked back. What an idiot, screaming so loudly. Are they trying to lure every last zombie in this city over? He cursed under his breath and then ran towards that spot. Even though it was the apocalypse, he still had a kind heart. He couldn't just watch someone die and not save them. Help me. That girl was crying her eyes out, looking as if she was completely unable to move. Smack! He immediately clamped his hand over her mouth, not letting her say another word. He cursed, Shut your mouth, I don't want you to get me killed, he growled. Thump, thump, but over here. The zombies had already been lured over by the girl's voice. A whole horde looked over at the 2 of them, and then charged forward. The girl's jacket was ripped off as he reached out and forcefully pulled her back from the zombie horde. Damn it to run into someone this stupid. He let out a curse. Swoosh! He then drew the blade he carried with him. Swish! One horizontal slash sent a zombie's head flying while he held the girl in his arms. Thud! The zombie's head fell to the ground. An incredibly clean cut coming from Dip Trung Min's position. That zombie's body also collapsed after its head. "There are too many, run now," he yelled, throwing the girl to one side. His hands also didn't stop slashing. Swish, swish, like that fruit slicing game we often play. One slash, one head fell. The girl immediately ran away, still crying. After that, she ran to the front of a house. Without a word, she immediately rushed inside. Click, clack! The door opened. Gasp, gasp. After carefully closing the door, she finally rested and caught her breath, feeling exhausted. That girl was still crying silently, not making a sound. "Hurry up and get in the door." She peeked her head out and called to him while he was still focused on slashing away swish, swish. Hearing her, Ye Jong-ming turned and ran back to where the girl was. The horde of zombies was still right behind them. Just as he was about to get inside, they reached for him. Ugh. Clack, clack. The moment he got in, he immediately slammed the door shut, but a hand stopped it. It was a zombie's hand holding the door. Ye Jong-ming was surprised, and so was the girl. "I can't believe they're so fast. It's too late to block them. We have to run up the stairs." The zombies were still hot on their heels. Thud, thud. The two of them ran relentlessly to a higher floor. He was faster and led the way while the girl struggled to keep up. Huff, huff. The girl stopped, gasping for breath. Just then, a zombie that had caught up grabbed her by the leg. Ah, the girl screamed. He had to turn back. Ye Jong-ming frowned, then scooped her up into his arms. With one slash of his blade, he cut off the zombie's hand. Swish. Huff, huff. The girl ran behind Ye Jong-ming as he covered their retreat. A horde of zombies surged upwards like an unstoppable tide. Voom. Suddenly, something began to glow, filling the entire area with a blinding light. He and the girl turned to look back. Seizing the moment while the two were distracted, the zombies charged forward. Whoosh! Something streaked down from the sky like a shining comet. Ye Jong-ming immediately recognized it. The Secret Realm Key. The Secret Realm Key has appeared. The Secret Realm Key is said to be one of the most valuable items in this apocalypse. It's the only way to access the Secret Realm, a land brimming with the hope of survival. He and the girl watched as the Secret Realm Key slowly descended. In his past life, every single high-level expert craved it. In this life, Ye Jong-ming looked at the key. A deep ambition ignited within him. "In this life, the Secret Realm Key must belong to me. I'll watch out behind you." The girl shrieked in terror. Damn it. The zombies had already caught up to them. One of them even went for his family jewels, but luckily an alarmed Ye Jong-ming instantly jumped back and threw a punch at that zombie. With one punch, it spewed out its green blood. A normal person would have needed reconstructive surgery after that. Damn it, he cursed. That was too close. I almost lost my future generations. The zombie horde continued to surge forward like a relentless flood. Ye Jong-ming drew his dragon-slaying saber, calculating that the width of the staircase was ideal for both attacking and defending. "You monsters, it all ends here." He took a deep breath, gathering his strength. "All right then, I'll take care of every single one of you, grr." The first zombie lunged forward, but Ye Jong-ming remained completely calm. Swish! One clean slice from his saber said it all. The zombie's arm dropped to the floor instantly, and its blood splattered onto the girl. The severed arm flew past her face. Her mind flashed back to the past. Just a few days ago, she had everything she ever wanted. She was a streamer chasing fame and fortune. Her family was harmonious and happy. She was studying at a prestigious university. I was on top of the world. Looking at the zombie in front of her, the memories flashed through her mind. Then suddenly everything changed. Zombies appeared and started biting people. Everyone in her family turned into a zombie. Even her father. Terrified, she fled. "I've lost everything." Sob. Sniffle. She squeezed her eyes shut, unable to face the truth as tears streamed down her cheeks. The girl sank to the ground. "This is terrifying. Am I going to die?" "Stop spacing out," Ye Jong-ming said, having dealt with all the zombies. He turned to the girl. "Get up, we need to keep moving." She looked up just as Ye Jong-ming finished off one more zombie while his other hand choked another. When it was over, he released his grip and the zombie's body dropped to the floor with a thud. The girl's eyes widened in shock. "You killed all of them?" Ye Jong-ming wiped the sweat from his face after the fierce fight, exhaled and said, "If you don't want to die, then stop spacing out." He walked on ahead, his thoughts consumed by the Secret Realm Key. "I have to find it fast before it's too late." The girl stood up and said to him, "I thought I was dead for sure." "This man is so strong," she thought, watching his retreating figure. Ye Jong-ming scanned their surroundings, then told her, "The roof. From here it connects to the building ahead. We should be able to get down from there." "Okay," the girl instantly agreed. He had already plotted the course in his mind. Down from the building ahead crossed 2 more streets, and that's where the secret realm key fell. Thump, thump. He walked with a steady pace. But when the 2 of them arrived, they stopped dead in their tracks, stunned by the scene. It was a cluster of giant, ceaselessly growing vines. The girl approached cautiously, confused. Why are there vines blocking the path here? What's more, they're moving. She reached out to touch one. Watch out, he yelled, but he was too late. The girl was instantly wrapped tightly by the vines. The vines squeezed with immense force, and she couldn't budge at all. Furthermore, its sharp thorns were digging into her flesh. What a nuisance. He frowned, swung his blade, and hacked at them. Each vine snapped apart, splattering mud everywhere. Then he pulled the girl into his arms. The girl blushed, her mind wandering. He risked his life to save me. Could it be that he has feelings for me? With tears welling up in her eyes, she tightly hugged Ye Jongming, such a resolute man. If he were paired with someone as charming as me. Calmly, he put her down without a moment's hesitation. The girl was taken aback. Isn't this supposed to be the hero saves the damsel script? Why did it go so wrong? He walked forward, hacking away at the cluster of vines. Damn mutated plants. They're such a nuisance. The girl heard a new term and memorized it: mutated plants. Does he look like he's just cutting weeds or something? Wasting my time. He wiped his sweat with disgust and went to the rooftop door to open it. Rattle, rattle, rattle. What's wrong? The girl asked anxiously. I can't get it open. He said it's locked from the outside. The girl worriedly asked, so what should we do? What now? He immediately kicked the door down. With a loud crash, the door flew open. Countless people on the rooftop were holding pipes on high alert. Ye Jongming swallowed hard, and the girl was a bit frightened too. Because in a world like this, humans can be more frightening than zombies. Who are you two? Why did you run up here? The group immediately spoke up to verify their identities. Ye Jongming said it's not safe downstairs, so we ran up here. Have all of you been hiding here the whole time? One of the men there pointed at his face in fear. Damn it, why did you two break down the door? What if the zombies come up here now? He replied, you can relax about that. There are no zombies around here. I confirmed it on my way up. The angry man ordered the others to fix the door. Just because you say there are none doesn't mean there are none. Zombies are wreaking havoc everywhere. Damn it, who knows when they might run up here? It can't be fixed. We can only use an iron bar to block it for now. The person by the door reported back. Another man pointed a baseball bat at him. This is all thanks to the great work you've done. If the zombies storm up here, we're all gonna die. Let it go. A rather handsome guy with a red mohawk stepped in to mediate. They didn't know we were here. Ye Jongming shielded the girl. Frightened, she clung to his shoulder and retreated behind him. He looked up at the roof. There are people over here too. The girl pointed to the side at the man who had just threatened them. So you're saying you are just like us? You ran up here to escape the zombies below? It seems there was a misunderstanding earlier. What are your plans from now on? That person asked, his previous aggressive demeanor gone. He replied, I have to make a trip to the high school. The man let out a sigh. So you want to go to the high school, eh? Do you have a relative trapped at the school? The streets are full of zombies. How do you plan on getting there? Thinking about the high school being completely surrounded by zombies with them everywhere. He explained, I was hoping to see if there's a way to get there from up high. It seemed like there was a light shining over there just a moment ago. I don't know what it was. That person nodded. It's true there was a light shining down on the school, but to head to such a dangerous place just for that, you've got some serious guts. He asked the man. There must be a shortcut nearby, right? And the answer presented itself. The rooftop on the east side was very close to another building's walkway, but making that jump would be extremely dangerous. The blond man pointed back. Don't even think about it, you'll break your legs if you jump. He looked down, calculating in his head. The building below was 1 floor lower with a semicircular ledge. It was about 5 meters away. He said confidently, Great, I'll jump from here. A hand grabbed the hem of his shirt. It was the girl. I'm going with you, don't leave me behind. The girl's expression was pleading, as if she couldn't stay with these people. All right, hold the backpack. He handed it to her. The blond man scoffed. Bringing her along is already a pain, and now you're adding a bag that big, you're asking to die. Or how about you give the backpack to me? He slowly approached as if to rob him, but with a deceptively sincere expression. Don't get me wrong, I'll hold it for you. You jump first and I'll throw it down. The girl clutched the backpack tightly, sensing his bad intentions. Come on, let's go. Put on the backpack now, he said to her. Okay, right away. The girl agreed and put on the large backpack. He then took a rope and tied her and the pack together. Looking down from the railing, he was really going to take her with him. That guy tapped a baseball bat against his palm. Hey, you have climbing gear in that backpack, don't you? He asked again with a vicious look. As the girl opened her mouth to curse, the man threatened, Leave the backpack or I'll break your arm. Idiot, he sneered and then jumped. What a sight, he actually jumped. The group couldn't believe it. Does this kid have a death wish? Whoosh. He and the girl flew across to the roof of the other building. Below were countless zombies. A fall would mean certain death. Thud. He landed safely with the girl on the other building. The people on the other side were stunned. He really jumped! He's insane. Damn it, he's totally insane. Are you okay? The girl was trembling all over. She had never done anything so dangerous in her life. She nodded. Yes, I'm fine. From a distance, someone watched them through a telescope. Ha, how interesting. His tongue darted across his lips. Found 2 interesting prey. The man's face was covered in scars. Standing atop a tall building, his shadow fell like a demon's. Nearby, a group of men were assaulting a girl. Damn it, she dared to bite me. Hurry up, it's my turn next. Heh, in a world like this, morals are gone anyway. Ha, now it's my turn. That man pinned the girl down, his voice utterly beastly. Ha, brothers, guess how many minutes he'll last. I'll give him 1 minute. About as long as this cigarette. The others just laughed among themselves. In your dreams. In this dump, you can't even find wine, but at least we got a pack of cigarettes off this damn old man. That's strange. What kind of wine would a school cafeteria even have? If you want wine, you'll have to check the principal's office. There are already people in the school. What about those trapped students? They discussed amongst themselves. We wait for the boss's order. I'm hoping we can just toss them all to the zombies, heh. Not the girls. We're keeping them. An underling spoke up, surprised. Bosses, haven't you had your fill yet? What are you guys talking about here? The leader, 5th brother, finally came in. The whole gang immediately greeted him with a solemn bow. Someone walked out of the room, probably just finished having some fun. It's all zombies outside, so we can't get out either. Are we just going to stay here forever? The world changed overnight. The streets are full of zombies and monsters. This is the apocalypse, right? The apocalypse, heh. That guy laughed. When his underlings didn't understand, he explained, Look, now we can do whatever we want, screw over whoever we want. This must be. In this world now, the strong make the rules, he said. Meanwhile, the schoolgirl couldn't escape her fate of being toyed with. These people truly have sick, twisted minds. They aren't even afraid of the apocalypse. They can even smile. This isn't the apocalypse. This is clearly our paradise. It's dark now, and the streets are still filled with countless zombies. He watched them from a corner, saying nothing, just observing quietly. Then he waved his hand, and the girl came up from behind. The 2 of them immediately ran outside. Ye Jongming looked around as the girl followed him, then he darted forward. The 2 of them ran through the night. The girl following behind and panting heavily said, Can you slow down a little? I can't keep up, he thought with annoyance slow. Another troublesome person I've saved. I was bewitched by her face and made a rookie mistake. Impulse truly is the devil. He clicked his tongue. Damn it, what a little demon. He actually swore. But he still did as the girl asked. I'll slow down a bit, you just follow me. He finally slowed down. The girl was delighted. I can keep up at this speed. This is great. The 2 of them ran to the front gate of a school. It looks like there's no one here. He explained to her, not necessarily. This is a school which is a place where many people gather. The girl was surprised, but I don't see any zombies. That's because they've all gathered somewhere else, he explained as he walked forward. Over here a horde of zombies was frantically pounding on a classroom door. There were students inside still trying to resist while another held their head in despair. If we don't get bitten to death by the zombies, we'll starve to death, the student said sorrowfully, having given up hope. Can we really only wait here to die? She looked outside. Someone's here. Someone came. She was surprised then the schoolgirl shouted loudly, Hey, over here, there's someone over there. The girl quietly followed Ye Jongming and quickly noticed his brows were tightly furrowed. She can't even protect herself. She shouldn't be meddling in other people's business. Let's go, he urged. Big brother, big sister, save us. The students continued to wail. Save us. We don't want to die. Help, the girl stopped in her tracks, her heart filled with pity. But he was different now. Fine. Their screams will attract zombies. It will be a huge pain when a large horde shows up. Save us, help. Their cries continued to echo as the girl following him mumbled, I'm sorry. He led her away and the 2 of them walked in silence. Finally, she spoke up. I'm sorry, but could we really not have saved them? Ye Jongming frowned. A bleeding heart like this will die young. He explained they must have been surrounded by zombies at the door and they were screaming that loudly. Who knows how many zombies have gathered there by now? I'm not skilled enough to save them. If you feel so strongly, go save them yourself. Only then did the girl push aside her compassion and regain her senses. He reminded her, "This is the apocalypse. I hope you won't be an impulsive fool again." This was also a lesson for himself. Squeak, squeak. A corpse was dangling from a crossbeam. Its leg was caught, and as the wind blew, it made an eerie creaking sound. Seeing the sight, the girl following him couldn't help but tremble. She didn't understand why he had come to a school. Could there be a way to avoid the zombies here? Full of questions, she decided to ask him. "Thank you for saving me. I still don't know your name," he replied with a smirk. "Thanking me for saving your life, are you? A thank you should come with a little sincerity. You think you can boss me around with just one sentence? I risked my life to save you." He stepped forward with a half-smile as the girl trembled. "What do you want?" "Obviously to use you as bait to attract the zombies," he said, turning away. A sinister glint flashed in his eyes as he smirked, thinking about the plan. Bait this big will definitely be effective. As he imagined it, she began to cry in fear. He said bluntly, "Don't think so highly of yourself. It's not a given that others will save you. In a critical moment, you might not even be as useful as a backpack." I know," the girl said softly, forced to accept the truth. The two continued walking with her, following timidly behind. Finally, she introduced herself. "My name is Liang Chumo. Ye Zhongming," he replied. She was surprised, then her heart filled with joy. "His name is Ye Zhongming. He might have a sharp tongue, but he's not a bad person. Finding a good person like you in this apocalypse is harder than climbing to the heavens. Help me." Another cry for help came from the side. He and Liang Chumo looked up. They were eaten instantly. Liang Chumo covered her mouth. No matter how many times she witnessed it, she could never get used to it. He thought, "From this angle, I can see where the key dropped. Hide yourself well." Then he ran off. She called after him Ye Zhongming, but he acted as if he did not hear. He reached a drain pipe and climbed it as nimbly as a monkey. A zombie in a classroom heard the noise. He burst in and kicked the zombie's face. Crash! The glass door shattered. He landed safely. Bam! The zombie flew backward. Swish! He swung his blade and with one slash sent it to meet its maker. Sob, sob. The children hugged their teacher tightly, crying. "Thank you," the teacher said. "Thank you for saving my students." She held two female students in her arms, but he acted as if he did not hear, looking out the window instead. "Just as I thought. From this angle, I can see the drop point of the secret realm key." Teacher F.A. walked over, closing the eyes of a student who had turned into a zombie. "Xiao Qiang is dead." She said to him, "You are so skilled. Can you lead us out of here? Of my other students, only these two girls are left." Ye Zhongming replied, "I came to this school to find something. If you tell me where it is, I will protect you until you reach a safe place." The three of them were surprised. Teacher F.A. asked, "What are you looking for?" He pointed outside. "Do you see that beam of light shining down from the sky? Where did it shine down?" The two students beside her shook their heads while Teacher F.A. remained silent. She said, "Wait. I saw it, but I have a condition. You have to save the three of us, then I will tell you." "Setting conditions are you," he frowned. "How can you prove you saw it? That sounds like a bluff. In this world, the first rule is to trust no one." Teacher F.A. immediately described the beam of light. That beam of light appeared in the sky like a daytime shooting star and fell somewhere in the school. She had indeed seen it. He had no choice but to go along with her. He asked, "Where is that place?" Teacher F.A. replied, "If I tell you and you leave, what will happen to us?" He turned back. "Wait here and die, or tell me the drop point and have a chance to live. The three of you choose." Teacher F.A. swallowed hard. "If we tell you, will all of us be saved?" He stated the harsh reality directly. "There are too many zombies in this building. I can't look after all three of you. With my current strength, I can only lead 2 people out." "2 people, can't you just try a little harder?" "Are you even human?" The two students were immediately frightened. "Our request is reasonable. What is wrong with you?" Ye Zhongming frowned. "This world isn't about what is reasonable. It is only about the strong and the weak." Then he drew his knife. "Choose. Who do I save?" The teacher and her 2 students stood at a life-or-death crossroads. Indeed, if they did not choose, they would surely end up like the student from before. 2 students, a boy and a girl, hugged her tightly. "Teacher, I'm scared." The teacher patted his head helplessly. "Don't be scared, I'm here. Now choose." "So who are you taking?" Diep Trung Min asked again. Teacher Fat answered, "I'm not choosing anyone. Take my 2 students." In the end, she chose to sacrifice herself. The 2 students couldn't bear it. He nodded. "All right, I'll lead them to safety. Now you can tell me the drop point for the noon sunbeam." Teacher Fat patted the boy's head. "Wait until you've taken them to a safe floor. I'll write the location on a piece of paper and throw it down to you." He couldn't help but admire her. This teacher isn't a fool after all. He went ahead thinking to himself, I hope they're worth her sacrifice. Teacher, a little girl, held her hand, unwilling to leave. Teacher Fat comforted her. It's all right, hurry up and go. He went to the door, pressing his ear against it to listen. He determined there were 3 of them outside. He looked back to warn Teacher Fat the moment we're out, shut the door tight and barricade it. Don't make a sound. Okay, I understand. Teacher Fat nodded. He held his knife at the ready, prepared to attack the moment the door opened. Gah! A zombie stuck its head and arm in. The 2 students screamed in terror. Ugh, thud. He kicked it, sending it flying backward. It flew far and slammed into the wall. The other 2 zombies didn't even have time to react. He ran outside. Stay close to me. With a swift slash, he beheaded a zombie. It was as easy as slicing fruit. Hurry up! The 2 students immediately ran out after him without hesitation. Teacher, one student called, looking back worriedly. Teacher Fat immediately shut the door. The other girl grabbed her hand, pulling her along. Let's go, hurry! They're both clearly scared to death, yet they still try to be brave. Teacher Fat gently closed the door, speaking to herself as tears streamed down her face. But I'm a teacher, after all. Clank, clank! The stairwell was filled with zombie corpses. He ran ahead, constantly repeating, stay close to me, don't stop, pant, pant, pant. He was out of breath. There are too many zombies. Protecting myself is hard enough, but with 2 students, this is a huge risk. He immediately ran downstairs, but the stairwell below was completely silent. Looks like the zombies are all gathered upstairs, so it should be safe down here. What is this feeling? Then he stopped short. Stop. Everyone go back, he yelled at the 2 students. Huh? Is there something ahead? The blonde student asked. He frowned. I don't know. I just sensed a wave of danger. His past experiences with survival had honed his 6th sense to an irreplaceable sharpness. The female student peeked down. Let me see. But there are no zombies ahead. Could it be your imagination? Is it really just my imagination? He broke out in a cold sweat. I wish it were. Step, step, step. Below there was nothing but the sound of the wind. He started walking down. Let's just say I was imagining things. We can't waste time. Let's keep going. Click, clack. From the ceiling far above, something was staring intently at the 3 of them. A creature clicked its mouth and extended its long tongue. Its body was covered in sharp spikes. Deep Trung Min finally sensed it and immediately looked up at the ceiling. What is that? One of the girls bumped into him. Hey, why did you stop all of a sudden? He signaled for both of them to be quiet. The blonde girl looked annoyed. He scanned the area, his gaze fixed on the ceiling. Deep Trung Min's jaw dropped in alarm. There's nothing there at all. Am I just being overly sensitive and hallucinating? Then he continued on with the 2 girls. I must have been overthinking things. Let's keep moving. The monster crawled right behind them, following their trail. Deep Trung Min led the 2 students slowly downstairs, unaware of the danger lurking nearby. From behind a pillar, the monster eyed the 3 of them like a delicious meal drool dripping from its mouth. Drip drop. It appeared right behind one of the students. As if sensing it, the girl began to tremble. Deep Trung Min broke out in a cold sweat. Something's wrong. Shh! The monster was now behind the 2 girls, its mouth wide open, ready to swallow them. As he walked ahead, its slimy tongue licked the hair of the brown-haired student. What was that? She touched her head and looked behind her. Flesh. 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 The monster lunged its mouth, moving constantly. The terrified girl screamed, ah, swoosh! Its enormous mouth shot towards her, its tongue licking across her face. The terrified girl, pale as a ghost, trembled and couldn't move as he threw the knife over swoosh. The blade slashed across the monster's mouth just as it was about to devour her. Ye Zhongming broke out in a cold sweat. Did I make it in time? If I hadn't, all this would have been for nothing. The monster, one side of its mouth torn open, glared at him with pure hatred. Its severed tongue now twitched on the floor while his knife was stuck fast in the wall. Pain, pain, it shrieked in a bizarre human-like voice. Hey, hey. Ignoring the girl, it lunged at him, wanting to tear him to shreds to satisfy its rage. He dodged a swipe and mercilessly punched its stomach with his bare fist. It had no effect. He backed away in fear as the monster continued to advance completely unfazed. This is a mutated armored zombie. Why would one appear here? His eyes widened in disbelief as the monster struck again. He immediately dodged and fell back, his mind racing for a way to fight. Are the zombies evolving this quickly? This is too difficult to handle. He spun around, sensing danger, and kicked back at the zombie. A kick with that much force would have sent a normal zombie's head flying, but this one was completely unharmed. Just a tiny scratch. It's useless. For the first time since his past life, he felt the Grim Reaper's touch. Lily the zombie didn't hesitate for a second and grabbed his leg tightly. It swung him violently, slamming him onto the ground. Dust and debris flew everywhere. Yet Jongming clutched his head. The impact would have knocked a normal person unconscious instantly, yet he still struggled to move. The floor cracked under the impact. The two female students backed away in a panic. Lily, the short-haired student, couldn't even stand properly. The long-haired girl trembled and asked, "Can you please help me up?" Lily. But her short-haired friend turned and ran away. The long-haired girl watched in horror, unable to believe her own friend would abandon her at a time like this. Meanwhile, the monster raised its fist, aiming to bring it straight down on him, a blow that would undoubtedly be fatal for anyone. He lay motionless, fresh blood trickling from the corner of his mouth. Before the girl's eyes, the sight of Ye Jongming about to be killed filled her with despair. Swoosh! The monster's fist came crashing down with all its might. Ah! The girl screamed in terror. Bang, bang! Suddenly, a large hole blew through the monster's back. A gun had unexpectedly appeared in Ye Jongming's hand. He had shot it with just one bullet. He panted heavily as if he had just pulled himself back from the brink of death. He was silently grateful that he'd remembered to bring the gun he got from the wheel. His right hand was dislocated. He struggled to his feet. Taking a hit like that, even if he wasn't crippled, he was severely injured. Ye Jongming turned to the long-haired girl and said sternly, "If you don't want to be torn to shreds here, then get up now." The blonde girl gradually collected herself and slowly stood up. Shh. Strange sounds echoed from downstairs. Ye Jongming was startled, thinking to himself, "I'm screwed." Did the gunshot attract more zombies?
Groan.
Eerie noises echoed from the staircase. Ye Jongming tightened his grip on the gun. The two girls were terrified. The green-haired girl mumbled, "Sob, sob, did the gunshot just now attract the zombies?" The blonde girl was also trembling, her face pale as a sheet. He looked downstairs and breathed a sigh of relief. "Phew, it's not a zombie." But then Liang Chumo rushed up, appearing right in front of him. She rushed over to him. "Sob, I finally found you!" "Ah." He was startled as Liang Chumo hugged him tightly as if she couldn't bear to be apart from him for a single second. She called his name passionately. "Ye Jongming, why did you come up here?" he asked again. At this, the two female students breathed a sigh of relief. The blonde girl asked suspiciously, "Who is this person?" "She hasn't been bitten, has she?" Liang Chumo cried while complaining, "I waited for you for a long time and you didn't come down. I was scared to death. This whole building is full of zombies. Don't you want to live anymore?" She continued in a choked voice. "Just now, a classroom at the back of the building suddenly lit up. I saw those few zombies all head towards that light." She wiped her tears. "I thought maybe that light can attract the zombies. I decided to risk it all and come upstairs to find you, yes." Ye Jongming was surprised. "Wait, what did you just say? A light source can attract zombies," Ye Jongming repeated, then nodded yes. "I saw the zombies were all drawn over there. I was really scared being downstairs all by myself, so I came up here to find you." Ye Jongming walked ahead. "Consider yourself lucky you didn't run into any zombies." He pulled the knife out, thinking to himself, if a light source can attract zombies, then there's only one possibility. It's the light from the wheel. A determined glint appeared in his eyes as he grabbed Liang Chumo's hand. "Let's go downstairs first." Leaving the two students behind, they immediately followed when they saw them go. Liang Chumo was surprised he saved these two as well. A warmth filled her heart as the short-haired girl ran after her to explain, and the other girl nodded. "You don't hate me, do you?" Lily asked again. The blonde girl, still following, replied, "All right, fine. It's not like you did it on purpose." The three of them finally got out of the building. He glanced over at Summer, a little confused. Teacher Fa's face lit up when she saw the three of them emerge. The two students with her were surprised. Xiao Xiao whispered, "Keep your voice down. Don't let the zombies find us." Teacher Fa smiled. "This is great you two are saved." She clutched the piece of paper to her chest, but her thoughts began to stray. If I hadn't told him where the ray of light fell, would he have come to save me? But she immediately dismissed the thought. "Don't do anything foolish. The students are still his captives. There's still one person up there." Summer was surprised as the paper floated down. "She's a good teacher," he said as he caught it. Summer asked in return, "If she's a good teacher, then why aren't you going to save her?" "She just tried to threaten me. I'm just teaching her a small lesson," he said. A cold sweat broke out on Summer's forehead. "I can't believe you're so petty." He laughed. "So that's where the secret realm key landed. It's a safe place, one that ordinary people wouldn't pay attention to. So then," he smiled. "Right now there are two places to investigate. One is the secret realm key at the construction site, and the other is the glowing object Summer mentioned. It's most likely another codex. These two students are strangers, and one can't keep a secret. I can't take them with me to find the secret realm key. Maybe I should check the place Summer mentioned. Lead the way, he said. Let's go see that glowing place you talked about. But that place is already crawling with zombies, Summer replied. He smiled. That just proves there's something good there, then. He turned and spoke to the two students. We're heading to a certain place. You two are coming with us. Yes, yes. With no other choice, the two students followed. The group walked on until Summer led them to a building. She stopped him. Don't go any further. I swear I saw a lot of zombies go in here. What the two students shouted. There are zombies in there! Why did you bring us here? Are you trying to get us killed? You already got the information from the teacher. You're not planning to use us as zombie bait now, are you? He smiled. Relax, don't be afraid. He drew his knife. It's the apocalypse. Where can you possibly go that doesn't have zombies? As for using you two as bait, I wouldn't stoop to that. You three wait out here, he instructed. I'll go in and be right back. Then Ye Zhongming entered the building alone. He cautiously scanned his surroundings, his hand gripping his knife ready to fight at a moment's notice. The three of them watched him disappear into the darkness, each swallowing nervously. After all, he was by far the strongest fighter they had. None of them wanted him to take such a risk, but they knew they couldn't stop him once his mind was made up. Summer worried, why does he absolutely have to go in there? Could there be something that important inside? The two students over there breathed a sigh of relief, which scared me to death. I thought he was going to use us as bait. The little girl Lily stared bitterly in the direction he went. Is this guy's brain messed up? So what if he has a gun? If a horde of zombies inside rushes out, can bullets even stop them? The little girl ground her teeth. Perhaps she was not afraid that he would die, but more afraid of being without his protection. That Lily grabbed the little girl Tutu's hand and pulled her away. While signaling for silence, the bewildered Tutu asked, "What's wrong? What do you think? Should we find a safe place and hide?" Lily said, "Hide." She could not believe her ears. Would her friend say such a thing to abandon them? Lily was still trying to persuade her. Look at the situation we are in. Who has time to care about other people? There are so many zombies inside that Deep Trung Min guy definitely will not make it out. The little girl Tutu was still hesitant, but he saved us before. Lily persisted with her idea. If they get stirred up and all run out, then we are goners too. Humans are truly so selfish. Luang Somo looked over and asked, "What are you two doing?" The two little girls were startled. Lily made an excuse. My stomach feels upset. She is going to the restroom with me. Tutu said nothing, but silently agreed with her friend's words. Truly, a person with no backbone. With one word of goodbye, Lily pulled Tutu away with her. Before the little girl left, she glanced back at Luang Somo one more time. Luang Somo knew full well what the kids were planning, but did not say anything more. He will definitely be safe and sound. She looked towards the building, her heart filled with faith. Whoosh, on this side he had gotten inside the bank. The lights flickered and buzzed over. There were tens of thousands of zombies. He chuckled to himself. How lucky. A cold sweat ran down his back. There are no tough, mutated zombies like the ones in that building complex. He bit down on his blade as if to draw strength from it and thought to himself, here comes another brutal fight. Then he let his arm drop his mouth, still tightly clenching the blade. He raised his left hand to his arm that had just been dislocated. With a burst of force, he popped the joint back into place himself. After finishing, he rotated his wrist. Although he had set bones countless times in his past life, it still hurt a bit. Then he took the blade out of his mouth. Standing before the horde of zombies, slowly closing in, each and every one looked like it wanted to rip him to shreds. Gur, with a single command as soon as they spotted Diep Trung Min. They all charged forward at once. Schwing, he drew his gun, holding his blade defensively in front, and aimed carefully, his eyes seeming to glow. Bang, a gunshot rang out Luong. So Mo was startled. It is a gunshot. She never thought he would do something that would attract zombies like that. She was incredibly worried. Diep Trung Min. The two schoolgirls also looked back in fear. Lily looked around and said he fired the gun. Let us get out of here quickly. Let us leave this place. Go where? Tutu asked back. Lily suggested let us go to the teacher's dormitory. The zombies mutated during the day, so the teacher's dormitory was probably empty. It might be safer there, plus we can definitely find food, the little girl explained clearly. Tutu looked back at Luong. Somo, still with some kindness in her heart. What about her then? The little girl Lily ignored her friend's words and pulled Tutu away directly. Right now, just looking after yourself is good enough. Don't worry about others anymore. Xiao Xiao reconsidered and snatched her hand away from her friend, suddenly running back to Liang Shumo. Lily couldn't believe her eyes. You fool. Liang Shumo was extremely surprised to see Xiao Xiao return. What is this? She thought you had run away, but who knew you'd come back? Xiao Xiao tried to persuade Liang Shumo. Let's get out of here. It's dangerous here, Lily cursed to herself. Maybe she had forgotten that she abandoned her friend out of fear. This idiot one more person is just another meal for them. If I had known earlier, I would have found an excuse to leave. Why did I have to bring her along? Lily bit her nails with a vicious look, only wanting to find a way to save herself. Liang Shumo immediately refused. I'm not going. Zhao Xiao was surprised and tried to persuade her. When the zombies come out later, you won't be able to run even if you want to, Liang Shumo asked back. After leaving Ye Zhongming, how long do you think you can survive? What are you talking about? Zhao Xiao couldn't believe it. Liang Shumo continued. Ye Zhongming is even stronger than you've seen. In the current situation, leaving him only means death. Xiao Xiao was thrown into chaos. It's hard enough to save ourselves right now. Why are you still... Liang Shumo didn't care. How do you know it's hard for him to save himself? Xiao Xiao stammered. Because... Meanwhile, inside the bank, he had almost finished off all the zombies in there. Just as I thought. Ye Zhongming stood before the roulette, so this is what attracted the zombies here. But he saw something even better. He couldn't believe his eyes. This isn't an ordinary exchange roulette. The roulette before him was incredibly mysterious. It's a 3-color roulette divided into 3 colors, gold, black, and red. The apocalypse brought a deadly virus, but it also brought salvation roulettes and world roulettes. Besides the normal roulettes, which have 1 to 9 levels, there are also some special roulettes. This type with 3 colors is called a 3-color roulette. There are also 5-color roulettes, 7-color roulettes, and 9-color roulettes. They are collectively called multicolor roulettes. The levels of the roulettes are different. Multicolor roulettes can grant class skills by spinning them, including the strongest combat skills. For example, Blade Master or Marksman. There are also various support skills like Apothecary or Culinary Master. Only by obtaining the corresponding class skill can the power of equipment or supplies from the roulette be maximized. For example, if a Blade Master class also obtains a combat knife, it would be like a master swordsman from the movies, killing more than 10 people without breaking a sweat. The number of multicolor roulettes is only 1/5 that of the leveled roulettes, so they are extremely precious. He stood before the roulette, stunned and a little excited. I can't believe I found one so soon. A 3-color roulette. But this type of roulette is also dangerous. If you land on the black section, it will explode like a firecracker. But the black section also has an emblem drawn on it. This means it's also a class item and won't explode. Yeah, Zhongming muttered. Can a jinx like me who's been unlucky for over 25 years really have this kind of luck? Then he raised his hand and looked at it. Could it really be because Huinfei transferred her luck to me? He remembered the moment she kissed his hand. Everything felt so magical. Zhao Xiao and Liang Shumo decided to go in and rescue Ye Zhongming. Before that, Zhao Xiao had tried to persuade her. It's full of zombies inside. Ye Zhongming can't get out. You should come with us now, Liang Shumo replied. I trust him. If you two want to run, then go ahead. But I must warn you, be careful not to get bitten and killed by a zombie after taking just 2 steps. What? Lily sneered. How could we possibly run into zombies? Ye Zhongming is in there attracting the zombies. The zombies outside have thinned out. Then she pulled her friend away. Zhao Xiao, stop wasting your breath on her. Let's go and leave Liang Shumo all alone. She added with great confidence. But you've forgotten who saved you from that classroom. Don't be like her thinking that Ye Zhongming guy is some kind of messiah. Is anything truly impossible? Let's just ignore this fool. She can stay here and wait for Ye Zhongming's corpse. Hearing that, Liang Shumo became furious. She clenched her fists. A loudmouth like that really needed to be taught a lesson. She lunged forward and slapped that little Lily so hard she spat blood. Liang Shumo yelled, "Shut your mouth, don't forget who it was that saved you two. You've gone way too far." Lily flew into a rage, cursing like a mad dog. "You crazy B***titch! Damn it, how dare you hit me?" Zhao Xiao tried to hold her back. "Lily, are you okay?" She worriedly asked her friend. "I show you a little respect and you push your luck, huh?" But that Lily girl dared to hit Liang Shumo back, yelling, "Don't think that Yi Guy can protect you forever. It's true that fools have the biggest mouths." The girl then told her friend Zhao Xiao, "Come with me." That girl Lily dragged Zhao Xiao away. Still, she kept looking back at Liang Shumo as if wanting to say something. Meanwhile, someone was watching the 3 of them from afar. It was Brother Five, the leader of the thugs from before. He laughed. "These girls really know how to slap, don't they? Ha ha. Now this is what I call a good show. You two go down there and grab that chick for me." He ordered his underlings to capture Liang Shumo, but they immediately protested Brother Five. "You can't be serious, it's crawling with zombies down there." The one called Brother Five replied, "You fools, the zombies have already moved to the media center. It's very safe down there now, so hurry up and grab her for your boss." As Zhao Xiao followed Lily, she still felt uneasy. "Lily, I don't think it's right for us to leave like this. That brat was running her mouth at you, and you still have the gall to say that. If you hadn't been so nosy, would I have gotten hit? Clomp, clomp, clomp! The two walked to a spot where something was moving suspiciously inside a container. The two frightened girls backed away. What's that moving in there? Such ungrateful wretches, Liang Shumo angrily kicked a pebble. If Ye Zhongming hadn't saved the two of you, yet you don't show an ounce of gratitude. She cursed to herself and then suddenly looked up, whipping around. That sound... It was those two students. Brother Five's goons also came up from behind. A young man with blonde hair grabbed her. Heck, gotcha! He looked incredibly pleased with himself. Liang Shumo struggled uncomfortably. Let me go. Who are you? The guy stared at her with a vulgar look in his eyes. What a beauty. Another one of them walked over. She's got more fight in her than the last one we had fun with. What do you two want? Liang Shumo asked, terrified. What do we want? The man laughed. To have some fun with you, of course. That guy you were with, he's already dead in there. Still waiting for him, what an idiot. He laughed openly, insulting both her and Ye Zhongming. What did you say? Tears streamed down Liang Shumo's face. Ye Zhongming. She couldn't believe he was dead. Dead? She asked again. Man, this is dead tiring, over here and over here. Ye Zhongming was harvesting zombie cores. He cursed grabbing these one by one is so slow. He held up a core and sighed. There's no way to get them all at once. Why can't this be like a game with an auto-collect feature? Crackle kaboom. Thunder rumbled in the sky again. A horde of zombies appeared out of nowhere, chasing after Xiao Xiao and that vicious girl, Lily. Xiao Xiao screamed, help somebody help, with Lily right behind her. That little girl told her friend to stop screaming, that no one would save them, and to just run. The zombie was right on their heels, reaching out its hand just a little bit more, and it could have grabbed that girl, Lily. The girl couldn't run fast enough and was about to be pounced on by the zombie when at that critical moment she tripped. Lily fell flat on the ground. She cried out in pain, a ouch, ouch thud. Just as Yao Xiao went to help Lily up, the zombie caught up to them. Lily squeezed her eyes shut, waiting for death, but then that little girl made an even more shocking decision. Lily pushed her friend. She pushed Xiao Xiao towards the zombie to save her own life. Lily Xiao Xiao couldn't believe her eyes. The little girl she was determined to protect was now pushing her to her death. The zombie lunged forward, its mouth wide open, and bit into Xiao Xiao's shoulder. That kid Lily ran away, selfishly crying and apologizing to Xiao Xiao. What a truly vicious heart that would stop at nothing, huff huff. As she ran, she muttered, I must live. I have to live. When she got to a certain place, she discovered Liang Chumo being carried away by some bastards. She was trying to struggle, but to no avail. Damn it, the blonde guy sneered, she's pretty heavy. Let's take this chick back so I can have a go at her first. All right, hiss, hiss. Hey, someone's cursing Brother Five. You just leave it to me. Liang Chumo saw Xiao Xiao over here. She looked over and struggled, sob, 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 as if trying to tell the little girl to save her. That Lily backed away. The two thugs also saw the kid. Another one just showed up on our doorstep. Let me go get her. The one carrying Liang Chumo's legs let go while the blonde guy stayed behind, holding Liang Chumo tightly, cheering. Get a move on, will you? Xiao Xiao saw the situation was bad and turned to run. As Xiao Xiao ran and screamed over here, the one being held tightly seized the opportunity to bite that son of a bitch's hand. Ouch. In pain from the bite, he let go of Liang Chumo. That guy even cursed, damn it to hell. At this moment, Liang Chumo took the opportunity to run away immediately. That guy lunged forward. Just wait till I get my hands on you. Liang Chumo tried to run with all her might. She cried out, help. Help me. Her only hope now was for Ye Zhongming to return. I've got you now. That thug pounced and grabbed Liang Chumo's head. She screamed Ye Zhongming as if holding on to a sliver of hope that he had survived. Heh, 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 that guy grabbed her face and lifted it up. What the hell is a Ye Zhongming? Before he could even finish his sentence, a blade came down, striking him right in the hand. Ah! He screamed loudly in pain. It hurt even more than when Liang Chumo had bitten him earlier. Ye Zhongming pulled her into his arms. Liang Chumo felt a sense of release in her heart and breathed a sigh of relief. Indeed, the man she had her eyes on would not die so easily. Tears fell from her eyes. Ye Zhongming, you're all right. That's wonderful. Then she hugged him so happy she could have jumped for joy. You bastard! That guy pulled the blade out of his hand, enduring the pain and cursing. Do you have any idea who we are? You dare to touch me, Brother Five won't let you, thud. Before he could even introduce himself, Ye Zhongming gave him no chance to speak and rushed forward. His eyes filled with killing intent, and without a word, he punched that guy. He was probably sent flying for more than 10 meters, thud. That guy was knocked to the ground by a single punch, and before he even hit the ground, he had already raised his leg to deliver another kick. A normal person would have gone to meet their ancestors right away. No time for introductions, whack! A kick landed squarely on his face. Ye Zhongming turned to Liang Chumo and asked her, where are those two little girls? She pointed in that direction over there. The bastard had collapsed and was foaming at the mouth, he instructed. "Stay here and wait for me." Liang Chumo nodded. The rain began to fall. Lily sat in one spot crying, I'm sorry, Xiao Xiao, I'm sorry. Sob, 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 as if she were the one who had been wronged. Yet Zhongming looked at this kid too disgusted for words, thinking to himself he had just seen Xiao Xiao's body. Indeed, she had been bitten to death. As for Liang Chumo, she looked at Lily with an expression of utter contempt. This is the second time I've saved you who told you not to listen in the beginning. Lily trembled, her face pale with fear. I was wrong. I won't do it again. Wiping away her tears, she pointed at the two guys in front of them. How should we deal with these two perverts? The zombies will take care of them, he said. Liang Chumo gave a faint smile. Evil reaps what it sows, he said. Let's go to the media center first. I've already cleaned that place up. It's temporarily safe. Liang Chumo nodded while Lily couldn't believe her ears. He killed all the zombies in the media center. So he is actually that powerful. No wonder that woman is clinging to him. Lily smirked, resolving that she had to follow him to survive. He was a truly cruel man, but Diep Trung Min then gave his instructions. You two wait here. I'm going to bring someone back. The news was a complete bombshell. There was someone else inside the classroom. The hordes of zombies had already been killed. Knock, knock, knock! Teacher Fap, who was waiting for death, was extremely surprised to hear a knock on the door just as she was about to commit suicide. In a world like this, what is the point of living anyway? The knocking grew more urgent, almost like a loud pounding. She mumbled, it is better to die with some dignity than to be bitten and eaten. At least my two students have been saved. Teacher Fap smiled, pressing a shard of glass to her neck. She thought with regret, I am dying without ever having fallen in love. What a waste of a life, Bam! The door was blasted open by a powerful force, sending it flying. It was Diep Trung Min. He mumbled, this door was jammed pretty tight, huh? Hey, are you all right? Teacher Fap was stunned. Just when she thought all hope was lost, he had arrived. Luckily, the glass shard had not yet cut her neck. Shatter. She threw the shard to the ground, and it broke into pieces. Teacher Fap slumped to the ground, sobbing. Wah, I thought I was fine. He walked over to comfort her. I am here to save you. Wah, Fap Tuan hugged him. I thought it was the zombies coming. Wah, I thought you were not coming back. Wah! Her heart filled with sorrow. Diep Trung Min coughed twice. A hero should not be looking at this. He said, let go of me first. Ahem. Do not cry. Fap Tuan said happily, I really thought I was dead for sure. Thank you. Diep Trung Min smiled. It is nothing. I will get you out of here first. Outside, the rain continued to pour. In the media center, the two of them collected crystal stones, as he had instructed. Luong. So Mo could not help but wonder, what is this? Why did Trung Min tell us to collect this? Meanwhile, Lily was cursing. So disgusting. He actually told me to take something off a zombie's body. It is sickening. But before she could complain further, Teacher Fap ran towards her happily. Lily. The girl jumped and turned around. A touching reunion was about to happen. Teacher Fap sobbed. This is great. The two of them, teacher and student, hugged and cried with joy. Then Fap Tuan remembered someone else and asked the girl, what about Tiu Tiu? How is she? As Lily recounted what had happened, the teacher stroked her head. So that is what happened. It is my fault for not taking good care of Tiu Tiu. What is past, I understand now. Lily, you must have been so scared too, right? Luong So Mo said if they had not distrusted Diep Trung Min and left on their own, they never would have run into zombies, and Tiu Tiu would not have died. This brat Lily was still incredibly stubborn. If he had just saved the teacher from the start, none of this would have happened. He could have obviously saved all three of us. Why did he have to make us choose? The teacher stroked the rude girl's head. Lily, the situation back then was... Luong. So Mo got angry. Saving you was a great kindness, and you still have the nerve to talk like that. The brat was still running her mouth. If you two are such good people, why did not you save her together, huh? Someone died, and you call that a great kindness. Furious Luong Somo pointed directly at that wretched brat. I could just kill you. You are the one who left on your own and got Tiu Tiu killed, and now you are the one blaming others first. That brat was still talking back. Getting desperate, are we? Feeling guilty? Stop pretending you two obviously intended to harm people. Zhongming Ye stepped forward and slapped that brat for her reckless words. He frowned and said, use your brain before you speak. I can get you out, and I can also put you back. In a world overrun by zombies, no one can predict what they will encounter, and bringing one more person means adding more danger. You better remember that you have no right to demand that others save you. And I have no obligation to save you either. Fa Shu Ying stepped forward, Lily. You should be very grateful that he was willing to come back and save you. Mr. Ye saved all of our lives. Liang Chumo gave a faint smile. This teacher F.A. is quite sensible. Liang Chumo then said to him by the way Zhongming, "What do you want us to collect these crystals for?" He nodded. "Follow me, I will explain everything to everyone on the way. This is called the three-colored roulette. Give me the crystals you just collected." Liang Chumo handed him a bag. How amazing, so this is what the crystals are for. He replied, "You'll see in a moment." That girl Lily also handed him a bag of crystals. Who knows what other schemes that malicious brat is thinking of. He walked to the roulette and poured the crystals in. The multicolored roulette is different from the level roulette. It does not calculate based on the number of crystals, but on the total energy they provide to see if it meets the activation requirement. I wonder if 26 level 1 crystals are enough for one spin of the roulette. Whoosh! The roulette activated and started spinning. He was delighted. Great, the roulette is spinning. It seems our efforts were not for nothing. The roulette stopped on the brick red area. Something dropped out of it. He excitedly opened the box. I wonder what it is. Pink. Maybe it is some kind of class with high combat power. Ding, ding, ding. A system notification appeared. Congratulations, you have received the Glorious Artisan. Glorious Artisan, support class. Class rank trainee, 1 out of 100. Class features immediately gain the ability to craft basic equipment and weapons and the ability to modify class abilities. Gathering, refining, synthesis, enhancement, crafting, enchanting, and socketing. He could not believe his eyes, his mind filled with question marks. An artisan and a trainee on top of that. Classes from the multicolored roulette are divided into main classes and support classes. Main classes are related to combat power. For example, a Marks. Man can grant its holder godlike sniping abilities. The other type is the support class, which offers no direct help in increasing combat power. The artisan is a support class. Class ranks are divided into 4 levels: trainee, basic, advanced, and master. He sighed in frustration over 20 crystals just to draw a support class, and it is the lowest trainee rank at that. As expected, my luck is as bad as ever. He crumpled up the paper. The people behind him did not understand why he was sighing. Lily reached out her hand. "Is that what you got from the roulette? Quick, let me see." That brat cursed inwardly. Damn it, he used up all the crystals that I worked so hard to collect. That brat did not stop to think about who had killed all those zombies earlier, allowing her to just pick up the crystals. Here, everyone take a look. He held it out as he did not need it anyway. In his hand, there was also a 5-colored badge. This badge was so strange he had never seen it in his previous life. Teacher F.A. read aloud the rank features and abilities. "Can you really get things like this?" That girl Lily was surprised. "What is this? It is like something out of a video game." Liang Chumo read Artisan class. It also has a crafting skill and enchanting skill. A total of 5 types. It was like a light bulb went off in his head. 5 types, let me see that again. Then he took back the instruction sheet on which was written, collection art, refining art, homogenization, enhancement art, crafting art, enchanting art, and inlaying art. He realized, so that's it. No wonder this badge has 5 colors. It turns out each color represents an ability. Could it be that being reborn can also change one's fate? He laughed at himself. There are still a few more zombies here. I want everyone to go collect the nearby crystals. Exchange them all for rewards like this. We will have a greater survival advantage in this apocalypse. A glimmer of hope sparked in his heart as 3 people answered in unison, "Yes, sir." Only that girl Lily said nothing. After that, the 3 of them went to drag the zombie corpses back. That 5K guy continued to watch. This man is quite capable, fighting so many monsters all by himself. But what are they doing? Are they planning to use the media center as a base so they're clearing out the zombies? His underling looked over confused. That's not right. This is... He looked closely at each zombie, then furrowed his brow as if he had discovered some truth. Frowning. "What's not right, boss? What did you discover?" The underling came closer to ask. "Quickly call everyone over here. We have a big job to do." "Oh, what is it?" The underling was surprised by his words. I know their little secret. He sneered, planning to rob them of everything. What a scumbag, finally finding a place to show his true colors after observing and investigating carefully. Luong Somo breathed out wearily. Pew. "We've finally collected a decent amount." She rubbed her stomach. "I'm so hungry I haven't eaten all day." "Here, Somo." He handed her 2 bags of dry rations. Somo was surprised. "Thank you." He said, "I've already checked the VFC in here. There's also drinkable water. This means the school's water storage tank hasn't been destroyed yet." He took off his backpack inside. "There's enough food for 3 days plus some tools and medicine. You take this and keep it safe for me, Luong." So Mo was surprised. "Me keep it safe?" she asked. He instructed her sternly, "Right now, these things are extremely precious. They're life-saving treasures. You must keep them very safe." Luong. So Mo was a little touched in trusting such important things to me. This proves I have a place in his heart. But I'm afraid, she replied. For now I trust you, he smiled. Luong. So Mo was speechless. He continued, for now the media center can serve as a resting place. Everyone stay here and continue collecting crystals. I'm going to look for a key, she said loudly. You're going to act alone. But that Lily girl jumped in. You want to leave us alone again? Diep Trung. Min bent down to tie his shoelaces. Everyone going together will only slow me down. I'm just going to look for supplies. I'll be back very soon. That Lily girl shouted as if she was terrified of dying. What if zombies attack this place? Who's going to protect you? I already told you. I have no obligation to protect others. He picked up a wooden stick, activated the craftsman's crafting skill, and then created a wooden spear. Decent attack power. It can be used for self-defense. He said if the zombies come, you'd better protect yourselves. Otherwise, the only way out is death. Then he turned back to threaten that girl, Lily. The girl stepped back in fear. The mage teacher over here didn't say a single word. You're right, Pop Tuan agreed. We should learn how to protect ourselves. She comforted Lily. Lily, this isn't a normal world anymore. You can no longer live like before, a sheltered life with your teacher and parents protecting you. We all have to be strong now. Here for you girls. He offered the wooden spear. Use this to defend yourselves. Pop Tuan took the spear. Thank you, Luong. So Mo reminded Diep Trung Min, you absolutely must come back safely. He didn't say a single word. He raised his hand in acknowledgement and then left. Rest assured and take care of yourselves. But he didn't consider that the group left behind at the media center would encounter danger. Diep Trung Min went outside, carefully observing his surroundings. He thought to himself, it's almost time for the secret realm key to drop. He went inside and was shocked to realize that this was the place. The new school construction site was the place where the secret realm key would drop. He walked cautiously, looking around. There's probably no one else at the construction site, he thought to himself. Suddenly, something fell right where Diep Trung Min was standing. It was a girl. He was startled but managed to catch her. Diep Trung Min was stunned. There was another person here. The girl was also surprised. Why is someone here? Am I this lucky? She frowned, then spun out of his arms. After a few turns, she grabbed Diep Trung Min's arm and immediately subdued him. Diep Trung Min said with annoyance, What are you doing? I just saved you. The girl asked suspiciously, Who are you and what are you doing here? Hearing this, he immediately broke free and struck at her with his hand. Unexpectedly, Diep Trung Min grabbed her by the neck without a moment's hesitation. Ugh! Then he slammed her against a wall. He growled, Who are you? What are you doing here? The girl said angrily, You dare ambush a guard. Let me go now. He was surprised. A guard? The girl laughed, rubbing her neck. You've practiced martial arts before. Your skills are pretty decent. Diep Trung Min chuckled. I've been training for almost 15 years now. He thought of his past life where he had trained for 15 years. Despite being struck at the beginning, the girl was surprised. 15 years, impressive. That's even longer than I've trained. You are? She asked, probing. Whoosh! A bullet flew in from out of nowhere. Diep Trung Min quickly pulled the girl down, dodging the shot. The two of them immediately hid behind a large rock. Who was that, he asked. They started shooting the moment they arrived. They're the people hunting me, the girl said. I ran to this construction site to get away from them. Diep Trung Min was extremely surprised. Kill you, but aren't you a guard? The girl gave a helpless laugh. It's precisely because I'm a guard that they're hunting me down to kill me. The smoke and dust began to settle. 3 figures approached, looking incredibly aggressive. Because they're escaped convicts, the girl informed him. Diep Trung Min frowned, remembering that among the most rampant individuals from his past life, many were criminals. Their natures were brutal, and without any restraints, they became even more ruthless, killing people without blinking an eye. Diep Trung Min smirked. Well, then I don't need to hold back either. How do they have weapons? He asked, immediately ducking as a bullet whizzed by the moment he peeked out. The girl replied the armory at the bureau was completely looted. 3 of them approached with vile, wicked smiles, each holding a gun. The shorter man in front said, Dilap, you attack over there. She's over there unarmed. You go force her out. His accomplice next to him asked Lao Qian, what about the man? Kill him too. It's been so long since I've killed someone. That man Dilap licked his lips with relish. 1 shot to the head is the best feeling. Click, click, boom. A bullet came from out of nowhere, 1 shot piercing that man Dilap's head. He died before he could even close his eyes or do a thing. Lao Qian realized they had guns too, and by the time his 2 henchmen started to panic, it was already too late. Quick lay down, suppressing fire. Just as you'd expect from untrained men. Even with guns, all they know is how to spray wildly with no discipline at all. You rotten bitch, I'll kill you! They kept firing, relentlessly ignoring the echoing gunshots. That Lao Tian guy even pulled out another gun as if carrying just one wasn't enough. One gun runs out, he switches to the other. Bang, bang, the two advanced spraying bullets. Any normal person who showed their face would have been turned into a honeycomb in an instant. Bang, huh? The two men jumped gleefully into the hiding spot but found no one. Where are they? They looked around in complete confusion. Up here, he called down from above, gun in hand. The man looked up and cursed in fear. Damn it, bang, a bullet pierced Lao Tian's chest right through the heart, and the last man raised his gun. He tried to shoot him on the spot, still cursing damn it to hell, but the girl rushed in and kneed the man, giving him no chance to react. Then, without a moment's hesitation, she threw a punch, her clenched fist slamming into his chin and sending him flying. His face contorted from the blow as he was sent flying. He collapsed to his knees, crying, "Officer, spare me, spare my life." His whole body trembled as he looked up, tears in his eyes. Bang, bang. The girl was startled and turned to Diep Trung Min. He had already given up. "Why did you still shoot, Diep Trung?" Min jumped down, frowning at her, not wanting to explain. How has a naive saint like her survived this long? In a world like this, the girl went to the man and checked his pulse. His arteries ruptured. "He's dead," she said, turning to him. He had no will to fight back. "Why did you have to be so merciless?" He turned to leave without a word, then glanced back at her. "Wasn't he a prisoner? I was just finishing the job you guards failed to complete. Or are you naive enough to think they would have spared you, that he would have turned over a new leaf?" He drew his gun, and the girl reacted sharply. "What are you doing?" "You need to understand," Diep Trung Min explained patiently. "We're no longer in an age of law and order. This kind of person will only ever bully, assault, and kill. They will never stop. This—" The girl was speechless. He spoke with a look of extreme displeasure. "Don't let your momentary kindness give evil men the chance to continue their wicked ways. In my past life, my ex-girlfriend Bai Shishi was killed by people just like this, so when it comes to this kind of scum, I never show mercy." After hearing his explanation, the girl said nothing more. Deep down, she knew he was right. He was a bit extreme, but his logic wasn't entirely flawed. He's so young, and yet he kills prisoners without a second thought. What could he possibly have gone through? She swallowed hard, not daring to imagine what it would take to become so cold-blooded. He went ahead to search for the key while she followed behind. 5Ka, you told me to go downstairs to the two tied-up people. By the time I arrived, they had already been bitten to death by zombies. The henchman went over to inform his boss. What all did that guy 5K was extremely surprised. That's right. His henchman looked terrified. "That guy has training 5K. We shouldn't mess with him anymore." "What nonsense are you talking about? Kill him." 5Ka didn't hesitate. He punched his own henchman. "All the gear will belong to us. We'll become the kings of this area, huh?" Clap, clap. "Has everyone else arrived yet?" he asked. "Yeah, they're in the main hall." The pained henchman rubbed his teary face. The door opened and 5Ka walked in, smiling. "Are all the brothers here?" 5Ka, his gangster henchmen, had all gathered. He walked up to his brothers. "There's a little rabbit that needs to be dealt with, huh? He's running wild on our turf." "Two of our brothers died at his hands," 5Ka said loudly, as if he was the one who picked a fight with them. Someone whispered, but those two were bitten to death by zombies. An angry 5Ka punched the henchman again. "Damn it, shut your mouth! Don't say another word! Cough, cough!" He coughed twice and continued. "It doesn't matter how those two brothers died. But you brothers must understand, before we had to do everything in secret, it was so humiliating. Now the streets are full of zombies and there's no law." Hearing this, the henchmen's faces darkened. "We are free now. Now is the perfect chance for us to show what we can do. We can't let some little punk ruin this golden opportunity." After listening, the henchman felt he made perfect sense. "From now on, anyone who dares to ruin our good fortune will kill them." That guy 5Ka frowned, his eyes filled with murderous intent. The henchman roared in agreement. 5Ka is right. We are the bosses of this district. The one who killed our brothers must die." Seeing that he had successfully riled them up, 5Ka was pleased. "Excellent, brothers. Let's go finish him off together. You little punk, your day of reckoning has come." That guy's bloodshot eyes looked more terrifying than a demon's. 5Ka, what about me? What should I do?" The henchman, who had just been hit, walked over, pointing at his own face. "I have a more important job for you." He looked at his foolish henchman. As evening approached, the girl was still following him. She asked, "Hey, what are you looking for?" He answered calmly, "I lost a key, a very important one. I must find it today." "What does the key look like?" the girl asked, seemingly wanting to help. "Uh-huh." He thought to himself, "I've never found it before either." But he replied differently, "It has a very unique design, yeah. You'll recognize it as soon as you see it. Is that so?" The girl also crouched down to help him look. "Then I'll help you search. This place is so vast. It's getting dark soon, too." Can we really find it? Ah, he smiled. It's better when it's dark. The secret realm key will give off a faint glow. Ah, I found it. Look, is this it? The girl spoke up immediately. He turned around, pleased. As expected of a guard, you found it so fast. What the heck is this? The guard was holding up a keychain with a small fork attached. The guard was confused, huh? Isn't this it? You said it had a very unique design. His face darkened. It is certainly unique, but this isn't it. Oh, what a pity. She then tossed it behind her without a moment of hesitation. Hey, something monstrous is approaching from over there. Is that a dog over there? A dog, Ye Zhongming asked. Yes, my eyesight is very good, said the female guard, pointing to where she had just thrown the key. Ye Zhongming frowned. Something was moving. A zombie. It's definitely a dog, the girl affirmed. Besides, I've worked with canines during my training. Dogs are very obedient, you just need to know the right method. That dog was zombie-infected and slowly approached, looking extremely dangerous. It let out a roar, then jumped and kicked the wall. This is bad, Ye Zhongming was surprised. A notification sound went off. Ye Zhongming was surprised by what had just appeared. The female guard was also extremely shocked as it opened its mouth and charged forward without a hint of fear. He immediately recognized it as a Tier 2 mutated hound. The dog charged at him first, so he raised his gun. Bang, bang, bang. He fired 3 shots, but the dog dodged them instantly. He didn't land a single shot. It quickly closed in and pounced. Ye Zhongming raised his arm to block. I'm done for. He cursed himself inwardly. The female guard watched worriedly. Ah! The dog opened its jaws wide, intending to crush his head in a single bite. Ye Zhongming retreated, trying to get away. That police dog, for some reason, as if it had smelled something, it pressed its nose against him and sniffed. Its intention to attack vanished. Then it stuck out its tongue like it was seeing its master losing all its ferocity. It happily wiggled its ears, then pounced to lick him, wagging its tail like a normal dog. Ye Zhongming was confused. What's with this dog? The female guard approached and said it looks like it's trying to suck up to you. Ye Zhongming was completely baffled, unable to process anything. What is going on? The mutated dog kept wagging its tail happily, as if smiling and trying to please him. As it wagged its tail, Ye Zhongming suddenly realized, wait a minute, could you be... He remembered back to his childhood. He was on his way home when he heard someone yell, damn it, where did this thieving dog come from? He heard someone cursing. A small dog was trembling with something in its mouth, looking terrified. Get lost! The man raised his foot to kick the dog. The man holding a glass of liquor was clearly drunk. The dog darted away. It dodged the man's kick. Ha ha! As the dog scurried away, he yelled, I'll beat you to death, you little beast! He turned and threw the beer bottle, intending to kill the dog. Thud! The bottle hit the dog and it yelped in pain. It trembled all over but still struggled to stand up. Its survival instinct flared. The man stomped on its tail, preventing the dog from getting away. The man laughed. Hey, you beast, let's see you run now. The dog kept struggling to escape, but it was no use. It whimpered loudly. Wait, little Ye Zhongming ran over. Huh. The man was taken aback. What do you want, kid? He asked, raising his fist as if to punch him. Ye Zhongming swallowed nervously. It's that dog. It's covered in diseases. It bit my hand and it's been swollen for days, he said, pointing at the dog. The man flinched and backed away in fear. It doesn't just have diseases, it's also got fleas and is disgustingly dirty. Sir, don't touch it! The man fearfully removed his foot and kicked the dog away. Ye Zhongming continued, It's also covered in poop and pee. You'll get it on you no matter where you touch it. The trembling dog stumbled away, still unable to walk straight. It was still trembling slightly. He let out a sigh of relief. Phew, I managed to save it. Humph, what bad luck. The man walked away, waving his hand. The boy bowed and said, Take care, sir. Ye Zhongming happily turned to leave. Hey, I saved a puppy and did a good deed today. He glanced back and saw the dog approaching, nuzzling against his leg as if to thank him. Looking so pitiful, he bent down and petted its head. Poor thing, your tail is injured. The dog was frozen in fear. Here, this is for you. He gave it a piece of a biscuit. The dog happily wagged its tail and let out a woof as a thank you, then bent down to eat greedily. Ye Zhongming watched it sadly. You're very cute, but my family does not allow dogs. Then he left. Before leaving, he even waved goodbye to the dog. After that, the two of them became good friends. He played with the dog until it grew bigger. Ye Zhongming said happily, De Huang-wan. You are De Huang-wan, right? After that, the dog let the female guard down. She chuckled to herself. So this is your dog, huh? It is already mutated, but it can still recognize you. But its name is a bit strange. It was a stray I used to feed. Its eyes seem to hold complete trust in you, he continued. When it was little, it looked like a yellow ball. So I called it Di Huang Wan. Stop it, Di Huang Wan, no more licking." The dog was still overjoyed to see him, and the two of them looked incredibly happy. The girl watched, moved. "So this guy has a gentle side, huh?" That night, the other three people in the TV station were eating dry rations by candlelight. That girl, Lily, pointed at a backpack. "Hey, Luong Somo, what else is in that bag?" "There is nothing left to eat," Luong Somo replied, her eyes showing some annoyance. That Lily girl stood up. "Who are you kidding? I clearly saw just now that there was even meat inside. Why did not you take it out to share with everyone?" Teacher F.A. tried to stop Lily. Luong Somo said irritably, "It is good enough that I am letting you eat it all. If you do not want to eat it, then spit it out and give it back." Lily reached out and snatched the backpack, but Luong Somo held on. "Hey, what are you doing, that ungrateful brat? If you will not give it to me, I will take it myself." Teacher F.A. did not expect this to happen. Luong Somo hugged the backpack to her chest. "This is the bag Ye Zhongming entrusted to me. You have no right to touch it." But that girl, Lily, still held on to the bag, being completely unreasonable. "He is not here right now, so do not use him to scare me. The food inside must be shared equally among us." Teacher F.A. intervened. "All right, Lily, what is there to fight about? It is not like she did not share with us." Lily tossed the bag aside, but she still listened to the teacher. And she cursed, "Hump, you rotten wench, acting tough because you have his backing. Go on guard your dog food well." Teacher F.A. was shocked that her student would say such things. Luong Somo was furious. "This person is so ungrateful. I should not have given her any food in the first place." Teacher F.A. patted the girl's head and explained, "Lily, this food was not ours to begin with. Since he was willing to share with us, we should be grateful." That Lily girl even swore at the teacher. "All you know is how to preach your useless morals." Her heart was full of rebellious thoughts. The teacher is too compassionate. Would not it be better if we just took the food together? That Ye Zhongming guy left this time. Who knows if he will even make it back? Achoo, achoo, over here being badmouthed by that brat. He suddenly sneezed. The female guard asked with concern, "What is wrong? Are you sick?" He laughed. "It is nothing. Someone is probably just thinking about me." Ha! Then the three of them and the dog continued searching for the key. The female guard was cheerful, thankful for the flashlight, otherwise they wouldn't have been able to see a thing. "That flashlight is useful, but what I'm looking for is easier to find the darker it gets," he said. Just as they were about to lose hope, he uncovered it. A beam of light shone out. Ye Zhongming was surprised by this light. He happily cleared away the dirt and rocks, his movements frantic, afraid that if he hesitated, the key would disappear. It was the key. It was emitting a yellow light. He joyfully picked it up. It really was the secret realm key. "I finally found you." He joyfully held the secret realm key in his hand as it emitted a faint yellow light. The girl smiled. "That wasn't easy, was it? Look how happy you are." Just then, a tongue shot out from behind. The tongue wrapped around her body. She looked behind her and saw a colossal, terrifying toad. It was about to pull her into its mouth. The female guard's eyes widened, unable to believe what she was seeing. He lunged forward and slashed, severing the mutated frog's tongue and rescuing the female guard. Ye Zhongming stood in front of her, looking like a completely different, incredibly powerful person. "Activate Craftsman's reinforcement on the Kaijian Dao." That was lucky. I had the reinforcement skill. Otherwise, there's no way I could have cut through that. The enraged frog lunged forward. The girl, terrified, was still unable to get to her feet. How can there be a mutated skink this massive, too? The skink charged, sweeping its leg and trying to send him flying 10 meters. Ye Zhongming ducked, dodging the skink's attack. Then the dog ran up and bit the skink's leg, trying to help. The skink looked at the dog, a hungry glint in its eyes. Ye Zhongming seized the opportunity while it was distracted. He lunged and slashed at its eye, taking it out completely. The skink roared in agony. Blood gushed from the socket as Ye Zhongming panted heavily. Fighting a massive mutant like this takes way too much stamina. Come on over here. He lured it forward. The monster immediately took the bait, thundering towards him before pouncing. The level 2 mutant dog jumped in front of him to block. He was shocked. "Di Huangwan, why are you here?" "Di Huangwan, move!" he yelled, but the dog remained in front, showing no intention of backing down. "Get out of the way." He pleaded with it, but Di Huangwan stood its ground, letting out a threatening roar at the skink. The skink and the dog charged, starting a one-on-one fight. The dog was many times smaller than the skink. It looked like an incredibly uneven match. The dog roared at the skink roar. Ye Zhongming yelled, trying to stop the giant skink. Di Huangwan. The loyal dog's actions made him extremely worried. Suddenly, the skink lowered its head and snapped its jaws, trying to finish the dog in a single blow. But Di Huangwan suddenly dodged and lunged. It bit down hard on the monster's neck. The skink, in intense pain, immediately flung the dog aside. Di Huangwan was sent flying through the air, kicking up a cloud of dust that obscured everything. The skink's tail whipped its belly hard, making the dog whimper in pain. Thud! It was thrown backward, landing near the female guard, but it still struggled to get up. Its eyes were resolute, as if it would fight to its last breath. The skink raised its sharp claws about to grab Di Huangwan. Ye Zhongming could not just stand by and watch any longer. He lunged forward, raising his knife to protect his precious dog. The ear-piercing sound of metal on claw rang out. Clang sparks flew as the skink knocked him aside. Even fighting 2 against 1, it held the overwhelming advantage, showing no signs of weakness. It growled, opening its mouth to bite his head off without a second thought. Suddenly, a long iron bar shot through the air. It pierced through the monster's head, a fatal blow that killed it instantly. The skink froze, moving no more. Someone stepped forward and pulled the iron bar from its mouth. It was the female guard. She had finally joined the fight, determined to destroy the monster. Because if he and the dog were defeated, she would be next. Di Huanghuan barked loudly, woof woof, and the skink monster collapsed. The girl panted heavily, unable to say another word. Ye Zhongming praised her as expected of a guard. You're really strong. The girl glanced at him in silence as the puppy trotted over, wagging its tail happily at Ye Zhongming. He petted its head. Di Huanghuan, even though you're a puppy, you can't be scared when there's trouble. Stop, 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 stop! The dog barked, woof, 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 don't lick me, Di Huang. Huan leaped onto him, licking his face. He tried to push it off. Oh my God, so much drool. The female guard standing by chuckled to herself. While the 2 of them were sharing a light moment, 2 figures silently emerged from the shadows behind them and then vanished without a trace. Ye Zhongming's usual serious expression returned. The break is over. He plunged his broadsword into the skink monster's corpse. The girl asked in surprise, what are you doing? Take a look. Ye Zhongming held out his hand. Ah! She was startled when he held up a crystal. This is an important resource in the zombie world we live in. A magic crystal. A magic crystal. The girl reached out to touch it cautiously, asking, does this thing have magic? Ye Zhongming smiled. Close. You could even say it is more powerful than magic. Hey, how do you use this? The girl asked. He answered, you want to know. Of course, hurry up and tell me. Then you must agree to one condition of mine. The female guard turned away, annoyed. No way! How dare you try to set conditions for a guard? At worst, I will just figure out the secret of the magic crystal myself. He was surprised. Girls are really all so different. If it were Hin Fai or Summer, they would not have rejected me so quickly. An image of Summer flashed through his mind for a moment. As long as it is not some strange condition, then I can consider it. I agree. The girl turned back. All right, then. The key has been found, so you can go now. Ye Zhongming tried to persuade her. Our friendly sparring match, you are just going to end it like that. He sighed. She is strong anyway. I should rely on her a bit. He rubbed his hands together. Actually, there is something I wanted to say to you. The girl asked, just say it. Look, the situation right now is so dangerous. The environment is terrible, and there are many bad people. How about we team up? It will be more convenient to help each other. The girl frowned in thought. That does make sense. Ye Zhongming sighed and lowered his head. Why am I being so pathetic? As if it understood, the dog placed a paw on his shoulder to comfort him. The girl's eyes lit up as she looked at him. He was surprised. All right then. The girl nodded. Although your behavior is a bit strange, I do not think you are a bad person. She extended her hand to him. He reached out his own. My name is Ye Zhongming, Mo Ye. The girl replied, and so the 2 of them formed a temporary alliance. The gun of the thug from this afternoon was still lying there. Someone walked over and picked up the gun. Damn, it is real. The person was surprised and felt a bit of joy because having an extra weapon meant an extra layer of protection for his life. Idiot, another person came and covered his mouth. Do not be so loud. Keep your voice down. Let's go over there. The scar-faced man pointed to where Ye Zhongming and Mo Ye were. The man holding the gun gulped. The 2 men approached, one holding a knife and the other a gun, as they saw Ye Zhongming and Mo Ye. He laughed, pointing his gun at that damn couple in front of him. Stop, if you want to live, put your hands up. The other one threatened live for what? Brother Five wants this guy dead, the black-haired man said loudly. The scar-faced man was at a disadvantage. I almost forgot it was this punk who got 2 of our brothers killed. Today he'll pay with his life, he said, pointing a knife at the 2 of them, without a moment of hesitation. Mo Ye asked Brother Sao these criminals didn't think they'd have to deal with 2 clueless punks, did they? And now 2 more have to pop up. Are you tired of living? Go to hell. That guy raised his gun to shoot him. Click, click, click. But to his surprise, not a single shot came out. He kept pulling the trigger, click-clack, but nothing happened. He was terrified, his face drained of all color. Huh, why won't it fire? Lao Dao, is this a fake gun? That Lao Dao angrily cursed this idiot. You still haven't turned off the safety. That idiot's eyes went wide as he asked, what's a safety? Lao Dao was speechless at the fool and growled, damn it, they say you should fear a stupid ally more than a strong enemy. Have you never seen an action movie before? It's the part that keeps the gun from misfiring. So how do I turn it off? That idiot asked again. Lao Dao lost his patience. If you don't know how to use a gun, why didn't you say so? Give it to me quick. The guy replied, I was a security guard. I've never even seen a real gun before. Here, you take it. The guy handed the gun back to Lao Dao. Ah, over there, a dog was getting ready to pounce. What is that? The moment they spotted the dog, it was already lunging at them. Its target was the arm of the idiot holding the gun. It bit the gunman's hand, making him drop the gun in pain. He screamed in fear, ah, what the hell is this thing? Lao Dao saved me. His face was as white as a sheet. Lao Dao also screamed in fear, backing away. That's a zombie dog. You've been bitten. You're done for, whoosh. Just then, Mo Ye charged at Lao Dao from behind. He turned around just in time to get kneed. Thud, wham. A kick sent his head snapping to the side. Then Mo Ye got behind him, grabbed his arm, and slammed him to the ground with considerable force. Thump dust and rocks flew everywhere. Lao Dao coughed up blood, his eyes wide open in shock. Ye Zhongming watched, breaking out in a cold sweat. Her fighting style is terrifying. I can never get on her bad side. Tell me who is Brother 5 and why did he send you two to kill me after taking them down? It's time to ask about their big boss. Big brother, you should stop the bleeding first. That guy begged as the blood from the bite on his arm continued to flow. She threatened, if you don't want to bleed to death, tell me who Brother 5 is. There's no mercy for someone who just tried to kill me. While Ye Zhongming was busy killing zombies and saving people, a blonde underling asked him, Brother 5, are you hungry? Let's go get something to eat. Trying to slack off, are you? Watch it or I'll give you a beating. Now get back to work. The man called Brother 5 scolded his underling. The brothers stayed up all night collecting this junk from the zombies, so we have to make the most of this chance, understand? That Brother 5 took a long drag and replied with a calculating gaze, what are you talking about? The blonde guy was utterly confused. It's not like equipment in a game. I think it's more like a waste of time picking up trash. Stop talking so much and get to work. Brother 5 couldn't take it anymore and punched his foolish subordinate. The man's eyes bulged as he cried out, ouch. But these crystals can't just be on the zombies' heads for no reason. Brother 5 thought, calculating everything. Moreover, many zombies here already had their crystals removed. It must have some great use that I don't know about yet. At the media center office, Liang Shumo was hugging her backpack asleep. That kid, Lily's eyes were wide open. She still seemed very determined to get that backpack. When she felt Liang Shumo was fast asleep, she then reached out her hand. She stood up. The teacher, Fak, was sound asleep on this side, completely unaware. She walked over to where Liang Shumo was holding the backpack, her eyes filled with malice. The girl smirked, holding a sharp piece of glass in her hand. She planned to kill Liang Shumo. Truly save an animal, and it repays you with gratitude. Save 10 people, and they repay you with vengeance. Ha-ha! The girl's hand was already covered in her own blood, but she still didn't let go of the glass shard. The girl laughed inwardly. Liang Shumo, thinking she has that Ye Zhongming to back her up, always targets me, throwing her weight around while you're sleeping soundly. That little girl wasn't the least bit grateful. You rotten woman, I will definitely get those survival supplies. Lily, teacher Fak, woke up just in time. She asked, what are you trying to do? That girl. Lily was startled and stopped her movements. She quickly hid the sharp piece of glass and immediately explained I was just going to the bathroom. Teacher Fak watched her student's back as she pretended to go to the bathroom and said nothing. As soon as the girl was out of Fak Tuan's sight, her expression changed. Why? Swish, swish. Water flowed from the tap. She went to the sink and washed her face. Lily frowned, her heart full of frustration. Why were they so naive? Everyone trusts others so easily. This is the apocalypse. How can survival supplies be in someone else's hands? The girl roared in the bathroom. What's more, that Ye Guy and Liang Shumo have already started targeting me. She clenched her fist, thinking I can only rely on myself to survive. I can't be weak like Teacher Fak. Now the intention to betray her teacher swirled in her mind. Thump, thump, thump. The sound of footsteps suddenly echoed from somewhere. Lily was startled. What's that sound? Liang Shumo and Teacher Fak also woke up. Liang Shumo grabbed a stick. Lily rushed back to the room. It sounds like someone is banging on the door. Fak Tuan was worried. The girl asked teacher what's wrong. It's nothing. Liang Shumo trembled. Zombies can't get in, Bam Bam. The door gradually bent and one side was broken. Liang Shumo was shocked. It's not a zombie who's outside. Faktuan was also terrified. Then silence. Bam, bam. Now the sound was even louder, as if it wanted to smash the door in front of them. We're done for. Lily was terrified. The door is about to be broken down. The door burst open, revealing a group of young thugs and an old man, all with naturally fierce faces. The one who broke the door chuckled. So there are girls in here after all. His eyes were lecherous and vile. What do you people want? Teacher Fact trembled, backing away. Liang Shumo raised the stick, trying to defend them. Lily looked for a place to hide. The stick was snatched away. Liang Shumo panicked. Who are you? What do you want, Puff? A puff of cigarette smoke was blown into her face. She was anxious. Teacher Fack also backed away. Don't cause trouble. The men looked at her with incredibly vile eyes. This teacher, I like her. The short-haired student ran away. Go catch her, one of them noticed. The person next to him whispered, Brother Dongzi. Brother Five told us to deal with that man. He said not to touch these girls. Brother Dongzi was furious when he heard that. Brother Five isn't here, so I'm the boss. Besides, these broads are accomplices of that bastard. Understood. That person trembled and walked towards me to grab her, looking extremely aggressive. Brother Dongzi said, No turning back now, teacher. Don't be afraid. Do you remember me? One of them grabbed Tuan. As he sneered, the teacher reacted with surprise. You are... I was a student at this school, too. I even took your class. You're Bach. The teacher trembled. That person reached out intending to do something vile. Teacher, all my attention was on you. How was I supposed to study? The other one held down Somo while another shone a light in her face, looking her up and down. Hey, this face looks really familiar, Dongzi. Come look at this chick. Hey, I think this is that hot girl from Who Idol. That person laughed loudly. It really is, Somo. I heard she goes for 30 million. She was so terrified that tears streamed down her face. Right now, she could only pray for Diep Trung Min to arrive in time, to save her and everyone else from this mess. The two thugs who were running their mouths earlier were now hanging in the air. Terrified, they all struggled to get free, but it was impossible. The Di Hoang Hoan circled below, keeping watch. It even walked up to one of the men. Sniff, sniff. The man was terrified and immediately pulled his legs back. MacDa walked over to continue the interrogation. What's the plan now? Deep Trung Min frowned and said, If someone wants me dead this badly, then I'll go and meet him. MacDa was surprised. She said, That guy Fifth Brother has a lot of men and power. Maybe we should go back to the police station to prepare before we make a move. Diep Trung Min warned her in response. Miss Mac, stop deluding yourself. It's chaos everywhere now. Whether you want to believe it or not, this is the reality. He walked forward. Running away isn't my style. I'm going to face him. The Di Hoang Hoan went with him, leaving MacDa behind. Whether you come or not is your choice. In the end, MacDa chose to follow. All right, I'll go with you. We can help each other out. By the way, what did you plan to do with that key, she asked. He replied, The key to the secret realm can open the future. Open the future! MacDa was extremely surprised. In chaotic times like these, what future is there to speak of? It sounds so vague. You've seen it yourself. He replied, Zombies, monsters, crystals. A world that has changed beyond your imagination. MacDa still didn't fully understand. You're being so cryptic. When can we use that key? She was extremely impatient. If this whole situation can be ended, then let's just end it quickly. Truly, no one can endure this any longer. When we are strong enough. Diep Trung Min replied, his eyes filled with determination. Thinking of his past life, he was certain he would overcome everything. I will definitely not make the same mistake again. Thump, thump, thump. Meanwhile, Lily was running with a thug in hot pursuit behind her. Stop right there. The man chased close behind. That little brat sure can run. But there's no way she's getting away. A strong man and a little mouse, and he grew excited. Just you wait until I catch you. I'll tie up all 4 of your limbs so you can't run anymore. Lily ran ahead and saw a door. The little girl panicked. It's a dead end. Why won't this door open? The kid tried with all her might to turn the doorknob, but it wouldn't budge. The thug caught up to her. Go on, keep running. The little girl was so scared she started crying. You... Stay away from me. He grabbed her face and said in a lewd tone, Run. Every time you girls see me, you despise me, mock me, and avoid me. But now it's the end of the world. He got even more excited. This is my chance to make sure you can't leave me. No! Lily said I won't leave you. I'm not mocking you. He frowned. Why should I believe you? Lily tried to plead. I am not like other ordinary girls. I'm just a student, big bro. She took his hand and pressed it against her chest. You're not detestable at all. She pleaded with all her might, just let me go and I'll do anything. He grabbed her by the shoulders and laughed. You look ordinary enough and you've got a sweet mouth, but I can't betray Brother Dongzi. He laughed. Now come back with me to meet Brother Dongzi. Lily was startled and desperately begged, please let me go. If I go back, it's a dead end for me. He chuckled with me here. How could I possibly let you die? Stop dawdling, let's go. Behind her back, Lily was still holding that piece of glass. Ready in her hand, she could strike at any moment. Brother Dongzi. The girl decided not to do anything to him. I brought the chick back, I'm here, this is Lily. But she couldn't believe her eyes. Miss Luong had been tortured. She barely looked human anymore. Her clothes were torn, not a single part of her was left untouched. He drooled nice. This guy is so violent. Her clothes are all ripped to shreds. For better or worse, she's supposed to be an innocent teacher. Yeah, ha ha ha. Lily couldn't believe her eyes. Brother Dongzi laughed. Yeah, this teacher's a tough one. We barely did anything. And she's already chewed up Big White's face. The bleeding won't stop. What a turn-off. What else happened? Over on the side, Big White's face was a mess and he was crying in pain. Boo-hoo. I didn't expect her to be so tough. Lily ran to the teacher's side. The fat guy pointed at the young girl. This girl is with me now. What's her deal, he asked. She wants to join us. Brother Dongzi laughed. Join us. This student knows how to adapt, betraying the weak for the strong. How interesting. The fat guy laughed. That's exactly what's happening. How would I dare hide it from you? He yelled. Hey, stop crying. Get over here and greet Brother Dongzi. She forced a smile. Hello. Hello, Brother Dongzi. Brother Dongzi then pointed at Lily. Girl, you want to join our crew? That's right, Brother Dongzi. Please take me in. I'll do anything you tell me to do. Then she pointed towards Luong So-mo. He gave a vile laugh. All right. Of course you can. Prove it to me. Isn't she your friend? Go over there and take care of her for me, Luong. So-mo cursed, shameless Lily, you traitor. After everything Diep Trung Min did to help you, Luong So-mo could now see her true colors. She continued to curse to think he went and saved an ungrateful snake. Hearing this, Lily walked over and gave Luong So-mo a vicious slap as if to cast away all the kindness he had shown her. Luong So-mo cursed, her eyes blazing with fury. You animal. Seeing this, Brother Dongzi was delighted. Good, a very good hit. I heard she's a hot girl. This old man loves to play with sluts like you. Hit her harder for me. Lily laughed, her eyes filled with venom. Don't you worry, Brother Dongzi. She and I have some old scores to settle. The filthy witch actually dared to come after me. Luong So-mo couldn't believe her eyes. The person she had gone through so much with was now an indescribable animal. She cursed you. Monster Lily lunged forward and grabbed Luong So-mo by the hair. As the thugs watched, she gave her another slap. Luong So-mo's eyes, filled with murderous intent, were fixed on the little traitor. If looks could kill, Lily would be in pieces right now. The boss frowned at her. The more I look at your face, the more it annoys me. Just as she looked like she was about to do more, Brother Dongzi nodded. That's enough. That's enough. You are qualified to join. Lai was surprised as Brother Dongzi pointed towards her. She is your woman. Manage her well and don't cause any trouble. The fat guy nodded. Got it, Brother Dongzi, then walked over to Lily. Brother Dongzi has accepted you. You are my woman. Lily gritted her teeth in anger. Meanwhile, Brother Dongzi said, brothers, come here. I have something to say. He continued. We all used to be Brother Four's men. Because Brother Four became a zombie, we had no choice but to reluctantly submit to Old Five. Hearing Brother Four's name, the crowd got riled up. Brother Four came from the Axe Gang. His kung fu was incredible. Old Five is nothing. He's treacherous and sinister. Everything we risked our lives to get he hoarded for himself. Just thinking about it makes me mad. Old Five tells us to go out and kill. But he's nowhere to be found himself. I even saw him secretly sneak away. That's right, Brother Dongzi incited the crowd, his voice full of fury. How can we tolerate him keeping secrets from us brothers, he raged. It's a chaotic world, and this is just human nature. As soon as they gained a foothold, they turn and tear others apart. Why should we submit to him and be his lackeys? Hearing this, the group of ruffians raised their hands in agreement. I feel that Old Five isn't sincere with us. From today on, we will only follow Brother Dongzi. We follow Brother Dongzi. Brother Dongzi laughed heartily. Old Five, today is the day you die. His eyes were filled with viciousness without a shred of kindness. Just then, a scout came in to report Brother Dongzi. There's no one in the cafeteria. Old Five isn't back yet. Brother Dongzi opened the door and stepped in, grinning widely. A God-sent opportunity. Let's go in and wait for him. Thwack. Someone spat out a bone and it flew straight into Brother Dongzi's face. The force was so strong, his face was knocked to one side. He couldn't react in time. Damn it, who threw that bone? He cursed as he looked around. It was Ye Zhongming and Mo Ye. He told him I just came back after finishing my meal. Seems our luck isn't too bad. Nearby, Mo Ye was wiping her mouth. Brother Dongzi looked at the pile of meat on the table, then thought of the chicken bone. He ate the chicken we've been saving. Son of a bitch, who the hell are you and why are you here? He cursed, rage boiling inside him. Ye Jongming stood up and faced Brother Dongzi. Hey, weren't you guys looking to kill me? I've delivered myself right to your door, saving you the trouble. Brother Dongzi thought to himself, could he be the one old Five wanted to kill? Then what happened to old Dao and his 7 men? He smiled. Those 2 lackeys you sent to kill me, I've already taken care of them. Now it's your turn, boss. A henchman stepped forward and yelled, this kid is way too arrogant. Brother Dongzi, let's kill him. Brother Dongzi laughed. Ha ha, not so fast. Bring her up here. He pushed Liang Shumo forward. Very well, kid. Look here. This is your companion, isn't she? His face darkened, but he remained silent. Mo Ye was shocked. A hostage. How despicable. Brother Dongzi, feeling he had the upper hand, gloated. What's wrong? Not so tough anymore, haha. Your girl is in my hands. You must be scared now, huh? He looked utterly despicable. This girl is also an internet celebrity. It must have been hard to win her over, huh? He said, squeezing Liang Shumo's face. He smiled. Too bad. This girl and I don't have that kind of relationship. Brother Dongzi sneered. Still acting tough. I clearly saw you 2 together. We were just using each other, he said. But as for your filthy hand and your stinking mouth, I'm guessing you don't need them anymore, do you? He lunged forward, stabbing the chicken bone straight through Brother Dongzi's hand. He even had the mind to yell, run. He went berserk, clutching his bloody arm and cursing nonstop. Motherfucker, you dare stab me? Do you have a death wish? He swiftly pulled Liang Shumo into his arms. Brother Dongzi screamed, brothers, get up there, kill him for me. Ye Jongming handed Liang Shumo to Mo Ye, telling her to fall back. After taking care of her, he single-handedly faced the countless thugs, charging in without a shred of fear. The first one rushed forward aggressively, aiming a punch at him. Whoosh! And yet Ye Jongming dodged the blow just by tilting his head, surprising the thug. He then clenched his fist. You couldn't hit me, so I'll hit you back. That guy is toast. Thwack, thwack. One punch sent his molars flying. He's going to need emergency cosmetic surgery for this. Useless Dongzi gay couldn't stop cursing. You got countered after throwing just 1 punch! Don't come at me one by one. All of you come at me together. And so all 4 of them surrounded him. Ye Jongming said nothing, just raising an eyebrow. With this many, I'll have to change my tactics. I can't just fight them fist to fist. He let out a cold snort as his fighting instincts took over. Come on, come on! Without hesitation, he continued to provoke them, beckoning at the thugs with both his hands. He sneered coldly. A bunch of useless fools who don't know your place, guys like you. I probably only need 1 punch to put you down. Ah! One of them, wearing brass knuckles, charged forward. No wonder he was so confident yelling like that. Whoosh! He dodged the attack with ease. Truly unskilled, this fight is getting boring. He grabbed the man's hand and twisted it sharply. The man screamed in pain. Ah! That one move definitely dislocated his joint. When he let go, the man's arm couldn't return to its normal position. The man lay on the ground, wailing pathetically. Ah, he couldn't even withstand such a light blow. What a weakling. Got you now? From behind, a thug rushed forward, grabbing Ye Jongming with both his hands. Startled, he turned around and immediately grabbed the man's head. Before the thug could even process what was happening, he was slammed to the ground. The floor looked like it cracked from the impact. A slam like that must have fractured some bones. With one guy left, he slowly walked towards him. The guy backed away in fear. Seeing what happened to his friends, he was utterly terrified. He never expected to run into a monster like this. Useless, watch me. A fat guy shoved the skinny, blonde-haired punk aside, cursing at him. He held a knife in his hand, pointing it at Ye Jongming. Ye's expression hardened slightly. They've switched from bare hands to knives, but he didn't flinch one bit. So you're using a knife now, you still don't realize who's your daddy. Swish! He rushed forward, dodged the knife, and punched the fat guy's hand that was holding it. The fat guy smirked. Ha ha, I'm thick-skinned and fat. Hitting me isn't like hitting those skinny runts. That punch was like hitting stainless steel. The fat guy didn't seem to feel any pain and immediately swung the knife at him. Slash! He dodged so quickly that the blade only cut through his afterimage. He immediately struck the hand holding the knife. The man dropped it, the blade clattering to the floor. Seizing the opportunity, he leaped up and kicked the man square in the face. The force of the kick was immense, and the fat guy collapsed. The last man standing fell to his knees, begging for his life. His pathetic appearance was beyond words. Well, kid, you're a pretty good fighter. A man leaning on a cane walked over. Old Five sent us to take care of you. It seems these guys just weren't enough. Heh heh, this teacher is your woman, isn't she? You make one move and I'll crack her head open like an egg. The teacher was tied up, her face tear-streaked and full of fear. Yet Jongming realized the situation was dire and frowned. Heh, the only reason we didn't touch her before was to use her to threaten you. You wouldn't want a woman like this to die because of you, would you? He grabbed the teacher's hair and she cried out in pain. Ah, Lily, who was behind Ye, remained silent. Kneel for me. The man continued to threaten him. Ye Zhongming remained silent. His expression grew darker. Kneel! The man laughed, thinking victory was his. Then thwack, a brick flew out of nowhere and smashed into his face. He coughed up blood. That's Lily. Even though that little girl is a bit nasty, she's really useful when you need her. The kid panted, haha, the others don't matter. But only Miss Fat has always been good to me. That kid can't betray her teacher. After that, the thugs were all tied up. Lily cried, Miss, are you all right? I was so worried about you, Miss Fat. Tuan smiled, I'm fine. Lily, it's a good thing you were here to save me, Luong. So Mo angrily pointed at Lily. Well, this is just great. She's going to deal with this brat. Trader MacDa assessed that these girls were all his friends. Lily turned her head and said nothing. Miss Fat tried to mediate. Lily just saved me. The girl must have been trying to infiltrate that gang of bad guys. MacDa also came over to mediate. It looks like she was just enduring it to strike back. Why are you so petty, Luong? So Mo insisted, no way. Who do you think you are? Didn't you just see Diep Trung Min come over to console her? That's enough. Anyway, Lily just saved Miss Fat. Stop making a fuss, Luong. So Mo rushed over to hug him. Where did you go? Why are you only back now, sob? He patted her head. It's okay now, don't cry anymore. MacDa silently judged this girl as truly arrogant. Lily just watched everyone quietly. Now that he was back, the little girl didn't dare to do anything anymore. The four of them were finally gathered together. Meanwhile, Brother Five was having a peaceful time over here. The tricolor wheel spun continuously. Oh ho, this wheel and this place with the crystals. Brother Five had also reached the tricolor wheel. He laughed despicably, so that's how it is. I figured out the reason why that boy became so strong. Brother Five held a pile of crystals in his hand, his thoughts incredibly sinister. The tricolor wheel spun continuously. Brother Five, this big stone can be used for a prize draw, his underling said. He pointed at the wheel and said, quit your yapping. He then bonked his underling on the head. The underling's eyes bulged as he spat. Then the wheel stopped on the black section. That Brother Five was overjoyed. The underling was also extremely happy. We hit it, Brother Five. We hit the jackpot. Ta-da! Congratulations, you have received a profession. The system displayed novice pharmacist. It wasn't a very good profession, not to say it was a bit useless, but it had an important use. An old man appeared. Daniel, class change successful. You have become a novice pharmacist. Brother Five's face darkened. A novice pharmacist profession? Is this like a class change in a game? What the hell? Wasting so much effort just to get a novice pharmacist. What's the use of that? He was so angry he cursed. Go on. He kicked his underling's butt. This is their base of operations. Go see if there's anything useful here. The underling quickly replied, got it, Brother Five. Don't kick there. You'll get addicted to it. Brother Five gritted his teeth. 2. I worked so hard to get over 20 crystals and now they're all gone. At that time, he didn't know that the number of crystals he put in had exceeded the requirement for the draw. The wheel would not return the excess. The next person would only need to add enough for one more spin. The underling came forward and gave him the backpack. Brother Five, I found a backpack. It's that kid's backpack. It's heavy. Looks like there's a lot of stuff inside. Let me see. Brother Five took the backpack and pulled out a coil of rope, a few cans, and even first aid supplies. Why is it all just random junk? But inside the backpack was a novice strengthening potion. He picked it up. A novice strengthening potion. Rapidly enhances physical fitness. Strength and stamina are both enhanced to a level comparable to a 1-star warrior. Side effects for a normal person are full body pain. A few will not be able to endure it and will die. Brother Five picked up the vial happily. So this is a strengthening potion. Good stuff. The follower with him asked Brother Five, how do you know this is a potion? Brother Five was surprised. Bian can't see these things. What's going on? And his underling was completely baffled. He thought to himself, could it be because of the pharmacist profession I acquired? So that's why I can see all the effects of the potion. A few people who can't endure it will die. His eyes reddened. That kid, he must have drunk this type of potion. That's how he was able to fight off that horde of zombies alone. He opened the vial to drink it. I might even die, but no risk, no reward. Then he poured the entire vial into his mouth. The underling beside him tried to stop him. Wait, can you even drink this? Be careful, you'll get sick if you drink that. Zzzt! The potion's effects kicked in immediately. He felt a wave of pain spreading throughout his body. He then screamed in agony as all his muscles contracted. He couldn't stop screaming. The underling worriedly asked Brother Five, what's wrong? Brother Five, a plume of smoke emanated from him. Ah Bien quickly turned to run. Brother Five, I'll go get help, bam, bam! Something slammed against the door. The underling jumped. This is... He trembled all over in fear. That zombie leaped forward. Ah Bien was trembling all over. The glowing red zombie threw a punch at him. He immediately put up a defense. He closed his eyes, waiting for death. Bien looked up in surprise. The hit didn't land. Brother Five, after drinking the strengthening potion, had blocked the zombie's kick with one hand shielding Bien. He asked worriedly, Brother Five, you saved me. Are you okay? Brother Five laughed. What could possibly happen to me? I'm better than ever now. So this is the power that kid had. A one-star warrior. Bien behind him was completely stunned, his jaw dropped. Brother Five said confidently, now let me test my full strength. Ha! Early that morning, he finally returned home. Ye Zhongming pointed. We're here. This is the place. This is our base. Ye Zhongming led the way and said, everyone make yourselves at home, just put your things down. I'll go get Mo Shinfei. As for the supplies from that Brother Five guy, we've brought them all back. Something feels off. I'm finally back. He called out for Mo Shinfei. Mo Shinfei, where are you? He walked in that direction. Someone called out to him. He hadn't thought of the worst-case scenario. Ye Zhongming, come here quickly, look at this. Liang Chumo pointed to the kitchen on the first floor. Everything was a complete mess, as if a robbery had taken place. Ye Zhongming panicked what's happening in the kitchen. This is when he quickly spotted a piece of paper over there. There was Mo Shinfei's bloody handprint, and the paper said Supermarket Lunban. He grew furious. Lunban is this, the message Mo Shinfei left behind. His mind was in chaos. Haha, that zombie has been killed, that Brother Five panted as Bien said joyfully, Brother Five, you killed a mutated zombie. Ha 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 ha, that Brother Five laughed, looking at his hand covered in green blood. I have obtained great power, he shouted with extreme joy, acting like a savior as that Bien praised him. Brother Five, you're so incredible. So from now on, we don't need to be afraid of zombies anymore. Afraid, that Brother Five looked back at his underling and repeated the word. From now on, zombies are my prey. He patted his underling's shoulder. Bien nodded. Yes, Brother Five is the absolute best. Let's go find Brother Dong's crew. The two of them finally returned to the base. Brother Five. Brother Dong probably isn't back yet. Bien explained as he walked ahead, otherwise he would have come out to greet you already. The moment they opened the door, the two of them were startled and extremely surprised that Bien shouted, what in the world is going on here? Brother Dongzi's crew was tied up on one side. One person had even passed out and didn't need to be tied. One of that Brother Dongzi's men woke up and exclaimed happily, Brother Five, you're finally back. He immediately reported it was that brat, the brat you wanted to kill. He not only killed Brother Dong, he also stole all of our supplies. That Brother Five immediately ran to the warehouse looking extremely anxious. Thump, thump, thump. As soon as he opened the supply room door, his eyes fell upon a completely empty space. That Brother Five roared in anger. You little brat, he gritted his teeth. This time I'll personally pulverize him. He grabbed the door and twisted it. I'll chop you into 1,000 pieces. Hey, over here, you're trembling all over, Liang Shumo asked with concern. Zhongming, are you all right? Why are you suddenly shaking like that? I'm fine, he said. I just have a strange feeling. Liang Shumo walked over, worried Mo. Ye also brought over some things, eat something and get some rest. We have to keep moving soon. The teacher also brought a cup over here, drink some hot water. Ye Zhongming discussed the plan. My partner Mo Shinfei is probably in danger. Furthermore, she left a message about Lunban. We should probably act based on that information. Start with Lunban at the supermarket, Liang Shumo asked. She was genuinely a bit worried about that Mo Shinfei. Is she your girlfriend? No, he replied. She's just a very good partner. There wasn't a hint of personal affection in his eyes. Liang Shumo was happy to hear that and said, then I'll go search with you, she thought to herself gleefully. It's great, she's not his girlfriend. If I can help Zhongming, maybe he'll pat my head. Just as long as you don't ruin my operation. As teammates, everyone has to be useful, not just ride a master's coattails to rank up. He reconsidered the people in his squad, for now they were quick and loyal so they could be trained, and Mac Da was a skilled fighter. Calm and courageous is a good choice, but this teacher named Fap Tuan. As if guessing his thoughts, Fap Tuan presented her case. Mr. Deep, can I go with you? I'm a health education teacher. I know some healing techniques and can also handle logistics. He nodded. Don't drag everyone down. I can't protect you girls. He looked over at Mac Da. Officer, what about you? Are you going? Mac Da laughed and said, what are you talking about? Let's go, comrade. After everything we've just been through. She had gotten a rough idea of him. A person like you is truly someone worth befriending in this apocalyptic era. Setting off. Everyone was fully equipped with supplies. Diep Trung Min was worried about how long it would take to go out and find Mac Hin Phai and Luan Ban. These supplies are enough for a few days, but any more stuff and we won't be able to carry it. Mac Da walked over and asked Trung Min what's wrong. He replied, "Let's take these supplies first. The rest can only be left here." Makda smiled. "Leaving it here isn't safe. I have a way." Dep Trung Min was surprised. "Ah, that's great." It was like a revelation. The two of them went to the police station and commandeered a truck. Makda was cheerful. She pointed to the vehicle and smiled. "How about it? This is the precinct's prized possession. Our chief had to beg and plead with headquarters to have it sent here." Dep Trung Min praised it. "The absolute best, it's the uncrowned king of military vehicles equipped with external armor for protection and a four-wheel drive system that can handle any terrain." Makda introduced it with a maximum payload of 33 tons and a top speed of 87 kilometers per hour. "It's a shame this vehicle isn't equipped with missiles, a bit of a pity." He mumbled, "Missiles aren't really necessary." He was overjoyed. "This vehicle is going to be a huge help." "Thank you, Makda." She laughed. "Ha ha, it's nothing. Just soldiers helping each other out." Inside the school, a BN followed behind Brother 5, trailing after him and asking Brother 5, "Do we have to leave the school?" That Brother 5 pulled out a knife. "Find the brat who destroyed our lair and I'll skin him alive." His expression was incredibly fierce. A BN trembled. "Then what about the other brothers?" That Brother 5 thought back. "I can't believe that useless bunch with Dongtu actually tried to rebel." Thinking about when his underlings reported it made him furious. Without a moment's hesitation, he abandoned them to fend for themselves. "Save us! Help us!" the remaining members cried out continuously. That Brother 5 licked his knife. "A little zombie-killing hunter, all it takes is one." He looked like he wanted to eat you alive, not leaving you any chance to survive. The two of them drove the car out of the security precinct. The city streets were completely filled with zombies. They rammed into any that came close. Dep Trung Min felt much more relaxed. "This truck is awesome. Facing the zombies is much safer now." Makda also smiled. "Of course, a few zombies are just a small problem for our vehicle. The police department's prized possession has to be this good, of course." The two of them drove continuously, running over any zombie in their path, chatting leisurely inside the car. "We were lucky to have Mac Day, otherwise we wouldn't have gotten this military vehicle." Fu Xuan sat happily in her spot while Liang Shumo still looked somewhat irritated. The teacher said, as expected of a guard, "You're much more capable than us ordinary people." Liang Shumo was angry that Officer Mo Ye was taking credit like that. "I want to be of some use, too." Ye Zhongming looked back at his notes and told the other three the mark Consort Shin left behind doesn't have a clear address, only a route to check each supermarket one by one. "There's a supermarket up ahead. Let's go check that one first." Mo Ye looked back at a horde of zombies that appeared out of nowhere, flooding in like a tidal wave. She said, "Ye Zhongming, quick look outside, huh?" He was also completely surprised. Why are there suddenly so many zombies? That horde of zombies surrounded the vehicle. They seemed to be rushing towards us as if they're fleeing. Not a single zombie dared to stop. They were all running for their lives. Liang Shumo looked up, her voice filled with terror, warning everyone, "Look over there. What is that thing in the distance?" Behind that horde of zombies, something leaped high into the air. It was like a giant ape, and it landed with a crash that made the ground shake violently and even crack apart. That zombie was enormous. It must have been over 2 or 3 meters tall. The entire horde of zombies below looked like ants scurrying forward. An unlucky zombie was caught by it. The giant zombie then shoved the smaller zombie into its mouth. "It's eating zombies." Yet Zhongming frowned. A mutated white ape, a ferocious beast post-evolution possessing limitless strength and a brutal temperament. He explained to everyone, "With my current power as a one-star warrior, I'm afraid there's no way I can deal with this mutated white ape." He intended to turn the car around to leave. "But having fought the white ape in my past life, I know its fatal weakness." Thinking back to that battle in his previous life, he shuddered. He had almost died then. The ape noticed their vehicle and pounced. He clicked his tongue. "Tiskets noticed us. Hold on tight." He decided to evade the mutated ape zombie for now. Whoosh! The car shot backwards as the zombie lunged, but there was a pillar behind it. The vehicle crashed into the pillar and was stuck. Ye Zhongming frowned and cursed. "We've crashed into the roadside." "Damn it, that zombie is already here." It leaped its powerful jump, cracking the pavement. It charged the vehicle without a moment's hesitation. From this angle, it was as large as the car itself, and then it smashed down. A normal car would have been crushed to pieces. But luckily, this was an armored vehicle, so it held up. Ah! Everyone inside was thrown about by the impact, and broken glass flew everywhere. Liang Shumo screamed, covering her face. Yet Zhongming, however, showed no fear. His gaze remained resolute. He frowned. This was the last thing he wanted to happen. The windshield was shattered. The ape, its eyes bloodshot, peered inside the vehicle. Ye Zhongming wrenched the steering wheel, trying to throw the ape off. The car lurched wildly for a moment. but he couldn't shake it off. This mutated zombie ape, it clung tightly to the vehicle no matter what he tried. Ye Zhongming said in frustration, "This thing is hard to shake off. Mo, yeah, you drive, Mo." Ye was startled, huh? "Are you planning on going out there to fight that mutated zombie ape?" He unlocked the door and jumped out, confronting the mutated zombie ape still clinging to the roof. Before the zombie could even react, he leaped forward. He kicked it in the mouth. Thwack, thwack! His hands gripped the roof of the car to keep from flying off. Thwack the zombie was knocked sideways, the pain forcing its eyes shut, but it recovered quickly. It wrapped its tail around Ye Zhongming's leg. He was taken by surprise as its tail coiled tightly around his leg, immobilizing him. He thought to himself, this is not good. Looks like there's no escaping this time. The mutated zombie ape yanked him out of the vehicle with it. Swoosh. Diep Trung Min was powerless to resist. Thud. As it landed, his entire body was slammed onto the ground. Screech. The truck slammed on its brakes the moment they realized he'd been thrown out with the zombie ape. Mac Da called out anxiously to Diep Trung Min, but he was still completely dazed from the impact. Ha! Ha! Thump, 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 thump. The mutated zombie seemed completely unharmed. It slowly rose from the dust cloud and advanced toward him. However, its mask had been partially shattered by his kick, revealing its shaggy muzzle. Grrr! The zombie ape grinned as if celebrating its victory. Its instincts told it that the enemy before it was helpless. The zombie ape let out a roar, roar! Then it pounded its chest, thump, thump, as if performing a victory march. But it was wrong. What kind of main character dies that easily, thump, thump? After finishing its victory march, it slammed its fist down where Diep Trung Min lay with enough force for a one-hit kill. Its two eyes were blood red, pew, pew, pew. Just as it was about to strike, gunshots rang out. The zombie ape immediately used its arm to shield itself. It looked over to where the shots came from, falling silent. It was Mac Da. She had just saved Diep Trung Min from certain doom. She opened the truck door, firing her gun to draw the mutated zombie's attention. Grr, grr! The ape was furious. It roared its maw, gaping wide as drool poured out its eyes filled with savage fury. It charged toward the truck where Mac Da was firing from, no matter how many shots she fired. This mutated zombie dodged every single one whiz-whiz. Not a single bullet landed. They all missed. This mutated zombie was unbelievably powerful. Then it was right in front of Mac Da. It raised its fist and slammed it into the truck. The metal door caved in. Mac Da leaped out of the vehicle just before it hit her gun still held tight. The people inside the truck were screaming non-stop. Luong Somo watched in terror. It's chasing Mac Da now. Teacher Fat was terrified as well. She had never seen a zombie this massive before. She was incredibly worried for Mac Da and the others. And for Diep Trung Min, too. Outside, thunderous noises echoed. The two of them, the zombie ape and Mac Da, were in a game of chase around the truck. Grr, 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 bang, 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 bang. She kept firing her gun, and it seemed to be working. The zombie didn't dare face the weapon directly. Mac Da used the chance to run circles around it. It got shot in the chest and roared, ah! It looked absolutely furious. Ever since it turned into a zombie, it had never been humiliated like this. Not only had it failed to catch its prey, but it was also being shot at and forced to run in circles. It aimed both its hands at Mac Da, taking a stance. She backed away in fear, unsure of what to do. Just as the mutated zombie ape was about to strike, Mac Da instantly dove under the truck. She was terrified. I'm done for. It's enraged now. Thump, thump. If I can't dodge this, I'm definitely dead. Grr! The mutated ape roared in frustration because it couldn't catch Mac Da. It lunged and missed. Grr, grr. Grr, it let out furious growls, pounding its chest thunderously. Then it jumped onto the truck as if trying to lift it. Luong So Mo and Teacher Fat screamed from inside the truck. Ah, this is bad. Luong. So Mo instantly realized it was about to flip the truck. Miss Fat thud. Miss Fat was thrown from the vehicle after a terrifying jolt from the ape. That mutated zombie? The zombie seemed to notice Miss Fat. It stopped what it was doing to the truck and reached for her as if it wanted to eat her alive. Swoosh. But its lunge missed as Miss Fat quickly fell to the ground. Dodging its attack, but her back wasn't so lucky. Miss Fat's back was raked by the mutated zombie ape's claws, drawing blood. She cried out in pain. Ugh, blood splattered everywhere. She had no strength left to stand. Grr! The zombie saw this and was about to leave, but then it looked back at her. Luong So Mo was also terrified. No, no. She panicked at the sight before her, just as the mutated zombie ape was about to roar and claim its victory. Splat! Then someone whistled from behind. It was Ye Zhongming, and his dog, Earth Sovereign, was back on its feet. Woof, grr, woof, 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 Earth Sovereign barked relentlessly. It lunged at the mutated ape, despite knowing that the ape was a much higher level and far larger than itself. The mutated zombie ape roared in response. Rah! Then it swung its fist at Earth Sovereign, who dodged the zombie ape's swat. Then it agilely leaped onto the ape's shoulder without a single moment of hesitation. Roar. Once it was up, it continued to bark threateningly, woof, woof, grr, just as it was about to bite the mutated zombie ape. But the zombie ape swatted its hand, and Earth Sovereign was knocked off in an instant. Grrr! The dog and the beast kept tangling with each other like this. Whenever the zombie ape tried to get away, Earth Sovereign would just leap to another spot and bite. The zombie ape seemed to have no way to deal with it. Thump, thump, Ye Zhongming seized the opportunity his dog was creating. He ran over to the others. Mo Ye, the gun! He lunged forward, seizing the moment as Mo Ye threw the gun over to him. Then she called his name, Zhongming Thwip. He caught the gun. Holding the weapon in his hands, his confidence surged. He used his artisan skill. Artisan skill activate homogeneous reinforcement technique, GR. The zombie ape was losing its patience. It roared just as it was about to grab Earth Sovereign. But Earth Sovereign immediately leaped away, dodging the ape's grasp. What's more, it lunged forward, trying to bite the ape's finger, but it got swatted by the ape. In a panic, Earth Sovereign was sent flying. Thud, thud. It landed more than 10 meters away. That one blow seemed incredibly painful for it. Then the zombie ape stood up, glaring at Earth Sovereign with pure rage. It panted heavily. Humph, humph. Then it raised both hands, intending to finish this dog off. Then a voice called out, "Hey, ugly white fur!" It looked over at Ye Zhongming. "This human can't even beat me, and he dares call me ugly white fur. Your whole family has white fur." He raised his gun and aimed. "Your weak point." Ye Zhongming frowned. This was his chance to strike back. "It's exposed, right here." He fired at the bone on the ape's back. It couldn't dodge in time and let out a pained shriek. Its eyes went wide before it collapsed. Thud, thud. Its massive weight was enough to crack the pavement. Ye Zhongming sighed softly. The excessive mutation and enhancement of its body left its spine exposed. That spinal column was its fatal weakness. He glanced at the gun, thinking to himself, "Good thing I used the reinforcement technique. Otherwise, even knowing the mutated white ape's weak spot, it would have been difficult to take it down. Looks like I need to make full use of the artisan skill." And its 5 new techniques. The gathering technique, homogeneous reinforcement technique, crafting technique, enchanting technique, and inlaying technique. This is actually exciting. Maybe they aren't as useless as I first thought. Inside the vehicle, the others were bandaging the magic teacher. She suddenly cried out. "Ah, it hurts so much." Liang Chumo gently soothed her. "The wound is a little deep. I'm disinfecting it with alcohol. Miss Piao, please try to bear it for a moment." Liang Chumo was gently dabbing Piao Shuying's wound with alcohol. She bit her lip to endure the pain. I know." Beads of cold sweat formed on her face. Ye Zhongming pushed open the door and entered, his voice laced with worry. "I heard a pained scream. What's wrong with you two?" His eyes landed on Piao Shuying, who had her top off her back exposed while Liang Chumo cleaned her wound. She blushed when she saw him burst in. He was also startled. Piao Shuying immediately screamed, "Ah! Ye Zhongming, get out! Ahem, my apologies." He quickly shut the door and left, his face bright red. Mo Ye approached and asked with concern, "How is Miss Piao?" He answered, "They're applying medicine. It's just a scratch, nothing life-threatening." He walked towards the back. Despite everything he'd been through, witnessing that violent scene had still shaken him a bit. He went to the back of the vehicle and sat down, stroking his dog's head. "Earth Sovereign, you did a good job." Earth Sovereign whimpered softly. "Arf." He looked at the dog, his heart filled with sorrow. Luckily, the wound isn't too serious, but it will affect its mobility. Post-mutation wounds heal very slowly. I have to find a way to speed up the healing, some kind of medicine. He frowned, continuing to stroke Earth Sovereign's head. "Earth Sovereign, I promise I'll heal you." The dog nodded as if it understood. As for that giant mutated ape, sure enough, he began the dissection. Mo Ye came over to inform Zhongming of the current difficulty. Gufa's wound is too deep and bleeding nonstop. A wound this large needs to be stitched up. But we don't have the tools or anesthetic here. He frowned. I can craft suturing tools with my handicraft skill, but getting anesthetic is more troublesome. He thought about his past life. I've done it without anesthetic before, but I'm afraid Gufa won't be able to endure the agony. He stepped forward and laid out his plan. The Earth Emperor Hound is also injured. There should be a private hospital nearby with surgical drugs. Coincidentally, we're also looking for first aid supplies. Liang Shumo asked, "What about the supermarket and that friend of yours?" He smiled. "Mo Qingfei is very smart. I believe she'll be able to stay alive, so don't worry too much." He thought of the past. Besides, she's a future 9-star powerhouse. She probably doesn't need protection. He smiled. "I believe she won't die so easily here." Mo Ye voiced her thoughts. "But it's better to be safe than sorry. We can split into 2 groups. You take Gu Fa to find medicine. I'll go to the nearby supermarket to scout it out. I'm only going to scout. I won't act rashly, so you can rest assured." He said worriedly, "No. This road. There's no telling how many more mutated monsters there are." She seemed to want to stop Mo Ye. But she said to him with great confidence, "Don't look down on me. I'm an officer." Then she threw a punch forward. "Haven't you already seen what I'm capable of?" "You still don't trust me." Ye Zhongming said nothing, seeing Mo Ye's unshakable determination. She even gave a thumbs up. Mo Ye added, "Don't worry. A people's officer always keeps their word." Ye Zhongming finally gave in. He sighed with a smile. "All right then, you be careful." As he walked off, he didn't forget to remind her, "Remember, the roulette naturally attracts zombies. Any zombies in the area will unconsciously gather around it. Be careful." "Yes, I understand." She nodded. He thought of his past life. "I was betrayed by my comrades before. I hope this time is different." Meanwhile, 2 people were pedaling furiously on a bike. Escaping from a horde of zombies was a Abian carrying the large Brother 5 on his back. He said cheerfully, "Abian, pedal faster. The stronger the wind, the wilder my heart gets." Abian asked, "Brother, where are we going?" He didn't reply, just pointed forward. "Your Brother 5 is a master strategist right now. That brat is definitely looking for something. Which means he will definitely have to go to those places." He was half right. That Brother 5 thought of him and smirked, his eyes glinting dangerously. "I know where that rotten brat is headed." Abian asked, "Brother, where are we going?" He was already panting from pedaling so hard. That Brother 5 laughed. "The supplies they stole from me won't last more than a few days. They'll definitely go to a supermarket for more." He was right, but they weren't looking for supplies. They were looking for a comrade. That Brother 5 laid out his theory. A supermarket has everything a survivor needs to live. Hearing that, Abian pedaled with renewed effort. "You're so smart. Why didn't I think of that?" That Brother 5 pointed ahead. "Pedal faster. The biggest supermarket in this area is just up ahead. Keihua Supermarket! They will definitely come here." The 2 of them arrived at the supermarket, leaving the bike behind. That Brother 5 said, "This is the place." It was truly the apocalypse. The supermarket was completely empty. That Abian said, "Brother, we should be careful. I'm afraid there are zombies here too. 5th brother, you scout ahead, zombies. It's their lucky day if old 5th here doesn't kill them. Why would I be scared?" That Abian trembled as he looked around. It seems this place has been picked clean. The shelves were all empty. That old 5th guy got angry. "Damn it, it's been picked cleaner than I thought." 1 packet of noodles had fallen. Abian was happy there's still noodles. He bent down to the ground, intending to pick the packet up, but on the shelf above was 1 mutated zombie, its eyes glowing red as it looked down at the 2 people. Abian was terrified when he saw it, and Old 5th was also extremely surprised, not expecting to encounter a zombie here. That zombie shrieked, shaking its head. 2 cracking sounds rang out, and then it jumped down. The zombie looked more like an animal than a normal zombie anymore. That Abian screamed in fear. 5th brother got into a defensive stance, ready to fight the zombie. The zombie turned its head to look back at Abian, and Old 5th was extremely surprised. Then it slowly left, not fighting the 2 people, avoiding a confrontation. A surprised Abian asked, "Why didn't it bite us?" The guy 5th brother was also stunned. He explained it seems to be looking for something. "Let's follow it and see." So the 2 people tailed the zombie. Abian, carrying a heavy shovel, ran after it without a word. Clank, clank, clank. 5th brother stopped in front of Abian, who was already trembling behind him. 5th brother whispered, "What's that strange sound?" Unexpectedly, what appeared before him was a horde of zombies being drawn in by some kind of machine. Zombie after zombie rushed towards the machine, grabbing at a piece of cloth. 1 zombie opened its mouth wide before the cloth. Terrified, Abian cried and said to his big brother, "We've hit a nest run." But 5th brother lingered, examining what was in front of him. He laughed. "Run for what we've hit the jackpot." His heart pounded with indescribable excitement. Thump, thump. Meanwhile, Mo Ye ran over. Gun in hand, Mo Ye scouted the area. As a guard, she was very familiar with this route. Up ahead to the right was a supermarket. "I'll go check it out for now." She slowed to a walk, no longer running. It was a small supermarket, and Mo Ye went inside to investigate. Luckily, there were still some usable supplies inside. Buzz, buzz. Over here, one dead zombie lay in a corner swarmed by flies. That afternoon, after clearing out the supermarket, Mo still looked around to see if she had missed anything. There really was nothing left. She sighed. She had searched these supermarkets thoroughly, but there was no lunpan. Ye Zhongming had once said that the lunpan naturally attracted zombies. There are no zombies here, so it seems it's not in this supermarket either. Then she thought of the last supermarket. It seems the only option left is to go to Keihua Supermarket, the largest one in this area. I wonder how that Ye Zhongming is doing. Meanwhile, he was driving at full speed looking for a private hospital. Liang Shumo told him Miss Fa's condition was not good. It seems she's passed out. He drove as fast as he could, telling her, hang on a little longer. We're almost there. Screech. The car with the two of them stopped in front of a private hospital. He jumped out of the car. Hang on a little longer, I'll be right back. She watched his figure as he rushed off. Liang Shumo couldn't help but feel worried. Meanwhile, Miss F.A. was half-conscious, slowly. It hurts so much. Liang Shumo looked at her with concern. Miss F.A., she touched F.A. Shu's wound. She discovered something. She looked at her hand in fear. Blood, the blood won't stop flowing at all. Yet Zhongming ran. In her heart, Shumo prayed, Zhongming, you have to come back quickly. I'm afraid Miss F.A. can't hold on for much longer. Yet Zhongming ran inside the hospital. He quickly determined the necessary supplies were in the pharmacy and the operating room. He kept running, searching for the pharmacy and the operating room at top speed. Whoosh! Something swung past Ye Zhongming. He dodged to the side defensively. When he opened his eyes, thump, thump. A massive giant tail was thrashing before him. It was one mutated crocodile. He cursed another mutated zombie. Is this ever gonna end? Damn it, my luck can't be this bad. That creature with bones sprouting from its body slowly advanced towards him. Ye Zhongming backed away, looking for a chance to counterattack. He felt uneasy. This isn't good, he thought to himself. Why is there a crocodile here? Unlike other mutated creatures like the mutated earthworm and the white ape, the mutated crocodile was far more powerful. During the M years of the apocalypse, humanity discovered that it was not native to Earth. Instead, it was one of the alien creatures that arrived on Earth with the apocalypse. These alien creatures had a unified name, guardian beasts. And often, places with many guardian beasts would have some special material rewards, but he didn't need that right now. He silently sized it up. This crocodile looks like a level 2 guardian beast, but with my current strength, I'm afraid I can't even handle a regular level 2 monster. Luckily, I still have my skills. Thinking of the knowledge from his past life, he felt a sense of relief. It was a good thing he had relentlessly studied all kinds of monsters in his past life. It's finally proving useful now. Ye Zhongming ran to another area, returning to the car. Seeing him come back, Liang Chumo hurriedly asked Zhongming, did you get the medicine? He didn't answer, rushing straight past her. Liang Chumo was utterly confused. What's happening? He rushed to the back of the car, opened his supply crate, and took something out. Ye Zhongming exclaimed joyfully, found it. Liang Chumo asked doubtfully, why are you grabbing a weapon? Is there a monster in there? Carrying a bow and crossbow, he left, instructing Chumo. Yeah, I can handle it. You take good care of F.A. Shu. I'll make this quick. He then stepped back into the hospital. He muttered, I hope I can find enough of the other things I need inside the hospital. Liang Chumo kept her eyes glued on him, her heart filled with curiosity. What is he planning to do? But since he said he could handle it, it must not be life-threatening. Besides, she had no combat ability, so she could only stay outside and worry about F.A. Shu and him. After re-entering the hospital, Ye Zhongming began crafting. Great, I have everything I need now. My current power level isn't enough to handle a level 2 guardian beast, but I can use these tools. I have to figure out a way to slow it down. Write the homogeneous reinforcement technique in my crafting skill. I can enhance the piercing power of both the crossbow and the arrows, but I need to manage the amount of materials. During the reinforcement process, he muttered, my crafting skill is only at the elementary level. To use the homogeneous reinforcement technique, I need to use identical base materials in the right quantities. The reinforced bullets I used on the white ape were made by fusing 8 bullets together, which doubled their power. Then he started working on the crossbow. This skill can not only change the state of matter, but it can also miraculously improve its quality and durability. This kind of supernatural ability is just like some kind of magic. He even used a crystal while reinforcing the crossbow bolts. After a while, he finally finished making the parallel reinforced arrows. Ye Zhongming sighed in relief. Next, I need to make a large metal net. In my past life, someone used the inlaying technique. Theoretically, this technique combines 2 completely different materials while allowing each to retain its original properties. For example, combining an ice block with an iron sword creates an iron sword that has a freezing attribute. So I will combine this iron net with this blue protective net to deal with that crocodile. Everything will depend on the combination of these two materials. Will it be as effective as I imagine? After finishing all his preparations, he looked towards the crocodile and whispered, "Preparations complete. Time for action." He charged forward using all three of the reinforced arrows. He stared intently at the crocodile, his eyes sharp and cold. Success or failure all comes down to this. 3 arrows shot towards the crocodile at the same time. Swoosh, swoosh! The crocodile immediately raised its hand to block, but it was as if it didn't understand what was happening as an arrow landed right in front of it. Thwack! Another one landed beside the crocodile without harming it, but the last one struck it right in the tail. The crocodile angrily looked at him if it could talk. It would say, "Who are you? How dare you pin my tail to the ground?" He happily brought the green net over success. Now is the time. But the green net seemed a bit heavy after being set. Ye Zhongming panted heavily while carrying it. Whoosh! He rushed to the surgery room as soon as the crocodile was secured. Ye Zhongming was overjoyed. Gauze needles, syringes, surgical hooks, anesthetic, and even painkillers with these things. The surgery probably won't be a problem. Meanwhile, the crocodile struggled to pull the arrow out, but it couldn't. It thrashed its tail wildly, whoosh, whoosh. Being trapped in the iron net made it extremely angry, letting out a series of unintelligible cries, gur. Then its foot finally managed to reach the iron net. This beast finally managed to get the iron net off. It let out a loud roar, then it turned to look in the direction he had just left and started moving towards Ye Zhongming. He still had his back to it for this crocodile. It was a godsend opportunity. Meanwhile, in the biggest supermarket in the area, all the zombies had been killed. Most of them punched into a bloody mess. That fifth brother was also panting from exhaustion. "Ha ha! It can't be wrong, this is it!" He turned towards the wheel that had appeared overjoyed while Abian was hiding in a corner. After waiting for the zombie commotion to die down, he finally took the chance to crawl out. He looked around, extremely bewildered. "The zombies are all dead!" Swoosh! Fifth brother pulled off the white cloth. That was covering the wheel. After the cloth was removed, a wheel appeared before his eyes. He was delighted the wheel is still new and has many slots. Then he turned to his underling and yelled, "Abian, you coward, go get the crystals from the zombies and bring them here." That Abian got kicked in the butt again, crying out in pain. Abian looked back at his boss, annoyed but still complied. He didn't resist at all, even though he felt like throwing up his lunch while collecting the crystals from the zombies. But he still tried to hold it in. That fifth brother walked around the wheel, studying it. This wheel is different from the 3-colored one from before. On top, there are both cards and necklaces. After a while, Abian finished collecting the crystals and brought them to fifth brother. "Boss, the crystals are all here." That fifth brother held the crystals covered in green blood, feeling a bit nauseous himself. Abian reported on the way here, "We killed a few zombies and got these crystals. In total, there are 9 pieces. He cursed each spin of the wheel needs 10 pieces. We're still short one." Fifth brother snapped, "Damn it, do I have to just sit here and wait for another zombie to show up?" Abian tried to comfort him. "This wheel can attract zombies. If we just wait a little while, it'll surely be fine." Seeing his boss's grim expression, he became afraid for himself. Fifth brother hit Abian again. "You still have the nerve to talk." "You're completely useless, you waste of space!" Abian cried out from the beating. "Ow, ow, that hurts." He already hit hard before, but ever since Fifth brother took some kind of enhancement drug, his hits have become even more painful. Thump, thump. Meanwhile, Mo Ye had also arrived. She stood in front of the Kihua supermarket and mumbled, "I'm here, this is the place. Kihua supermarket." Looking inside, she couldn't help but deduce it's too quiet in here, the zombies have all been dealt with. She slowly started to step inside, but then stopped. Something's not right. It feels like something inside the supermarket is waiting for me. Meanwhile, the guardian beast crocodile went into a frenzy. Then it stood up on 2 legs, roaring wildly, "Rawar, gar, gar, gar." Liang Chumo heard it and was startled. "What's that sound?" She was extremely worried. Liang Chumo looked back at teacher Piao Shu Ying, who was still bleeding non-stop, but her thoughts turned to Ye Zhongming. Is Zhongming in danger? She then wrapped the blanket tightly around Piao Shu Ying, planning to leave to check on Zhongming. All sorts of thoughts ran through her mind. There must be zombies inside causing trouble. I can't just stand by and do nothing. She opened the car door, deciding to go in and help Ye Zhongming, leaving Piao Shu Ying alone in the car. She ran towards the hospital gate and dashed inside at her top speed. "Ye Zhongming, please be okay. Bang, bang." As soon as she arrived, she found that crocodile repeatedly smashing against a room door. Liang Chumo was completely shocked. What the hell is this thing? The crocodile roared, tearing the iron door of the hospital room. Liang Chumo was terrified. What kind of monster is this? She then backed away. Inside, he was trying to gather all the furniture using a chair to block the door to buy time. The monster was slamming against the door, denting it severely. A level 2 guardian beast crocodile is indeed not easy to deal with. Now it has gone berserk. I can't get out. This is tough. Liang Chumo witnessed everything from her side. She made her own judgment. He's done for. The monster must be blocking Zhongming in the pharmacy. He can't get out. I have to find a way to attract its attention to help Zhongming escape. She looked around to see if there was anything she could use. She walked over there. Seeing several eggs in the hallway, Liang Chumo immediately realized what they were. She thought, that's it. Grr, grr, grr. The crocodile growled continuously, unable to catch Zhongming. It was furious. Whoosh, whoosh. Then it used its tail to shatter the glass window on the side. Yet Zhongming shielded himself to avoid being injured by the flying glass shards. He frowned. The props crafted from basic skills are still not strong enough. It broke out so quickly. This guardian beast's desire to attack is so high. Could it be protecting something important? He couldn't help but ponder as he looked at the guardian beast. Then he seemed to see something. He was extremely shocked. Crash, over there it was, Liang Chumo. Why did she run out? Outside, the guardian beast was still frantically slamming its tail against the wall. The wall was about to collapse from the impacts. Crash Ye Zhongming felt as if he'd been struck by lightning. Liang Chumo. Why did this foolish girl come in here? Is she just here to cause more trouble for me? He was so angry he cursed his teammate in his mind. Aren't you afraid of dying? Why did you come over here? Crash. The guardian beast's tail finally broke through. Ye Zhongming dived into the pharmacy, ducking and clutching his arm, cursing, damn it. He peeked outside to observe, not forgetting to curse the guardian beast that had sensed him. It immediately slammed into the opening, sticking its head where Ye Zhongming was. This time, without help, his life would be hard to save. The mutated crocodile was still clinging to the wall. It tried to dig its way through to eliminate him. On her side, Liang Chumo stood still thinking of a plan. She encouraged herself, cheer up, Liang Chumo, don't be afraid, think of something. Meanwhile, the guardian beast had almost dug through to him just a little bit more. She clenched her fists, her face determined. It's always Ye Zhongming who acts. This time it's my turn to be useful. I'll risk it! She rushed towards the eggs, planning her epic rescue from this monstrous mess. She yelled, look at this. The guardian beast heard the noise and looked behind to see who was tired of living and dared to provoke it. Whoosh! But as soon as it saw her next to the pile of eggs, it scrambled towards her without hesitation. The sound of its footsteps thundered across the ground. Foolish. From his side, Ye Zhongming watched what Liang Chumo was doing. Is she just handing herself over? Ye Zhongming saw his chance when the guardian beast left. He immediately jumped out of the pharmacy. Whoosh! He ran over shouting, Liang Chumo, run! He felt a pang of panic for Liang Chumo as he saw the guardian beast charging at her and yelled loudly, Liang Chumo! Facing the enormous beast, she wasn't panicked at all. She stood her ground, unafraid of its presence. The guardian beast was about to pounce with its claws, intending to kill her without mercy. But just as it was about to lunge, Liang Chumo turned to the eggs. She intended to push them away. The guardian beast saw its eggs being pushed and froze. This human dared to use my children as bait, but its young were more important, especially seeing the eggs tumbling away. It suddenly flicked the 3 eggs, sending each one in a different direction. Ugh! It was furious but helpless. Which egg should it go after now? The guardian beast immediately chased after them in a panic. Over here, Luang So Mo breathed a sigh of relief. It's finally gone. Her judgment was spot on. If it weren't for those eggs, I'm afraid she and Diep Trung Min would both have met their end here. The moment the crocodile caught one of its eggs, it breathed a sigh of relief because these eggs break easily. Diep Trung Min couldn't help but be surprised as he watched the scene unfold. Those are crocodile eggs. She's diverting its attention. He couldn't help but admire Luang So Mo as he saw the guardian beast leave. She immediately ran out of that mess, but she wasn't watching where she was going and tripped over a rock. Ah! Luang So Mo lost her balance and fell just when she thought she was about to faceplant, but a hand pulled her up. It was Diep Trung Min. He called her an idiot. She was getting yelled at before she even got a thank you, and yet she wasn't upset at all. She said cheerfully, Trung Min, let's run! Then he grabbed her hand and they ran out of the private hospital together. Very quickly, the 2 of them ran out of the hospital gates. Diep Trung Min kept pulling her hand, never looking back. Luang So Mo glanced behind to see if the guardian beast was following them. She breathed a sigh of relief. It didn't chase us out here. He said it won't stray far from its eggs. We're safe now. That's great, she said happily. But before her joy could settle, he was already yelling at her. Luong, So-mo, do you have a death wish? Do you have any idea how dangerous that was? Then he grabbed her by the shoulders. Despite his harsh words, the worry in his voice was undeniable. For a moment, Luong So-mo was at a loss for what to do. Ouch, Diep Trung Min was gripping her arm tightly. She said, Trung Min, you're hurting me. But he didn't loosen his grip. So you know what pain is? You almost died back there. Feeling wronged by his scolding, Luong So-mo looked like she was about to cry. I was just anxious to save you. I wasn't thinking about anything else. Diep Trung Min saw her pitiful expression. He was left speechless. He felt he couldn't bring himself to scold this girl any further. He let go of her arm. It's fine. I don't need your help. Luong So-mo whispered, I'm sorry. Diep Trung Min sighed, but this time thank you. This was something he only thought to himself. He didn't say it out loud. That night at the city's largest supermarket, hordes of zombies were slowly gathering. Zit, zit. The roulette wheel inside was covered by a cloth. Mo Ye cautiously entered, observing the scene. So many zombie corpses. So where did that fifth brother guy crawl out from? I was waiting for zombies, but I got a hot chick instead. Mo Ye was surprised that someone was there. But her face darkened when she heard the filthy words that came from his mouth. Oh, looks like you're a cop. A police uniform. I'm a lucky man. Annoyed, Mo Ye raised her fists into a fighting stance. I'm afraid you're not lucky enough to enjoy it. A guy like this needs a fist to the face to wake up. Right after getting the medicine needle and thread, he immediately got into the car to stitch up Pho Tuan's wound. Pho Tuan was suffering from her injury and severe blood loss, so she had fallen into a high fever, her face flushed red. After he finished stitching, he told her that it would hurt again once the numbness wore off. Pho Tuan said softly, it's going to leave an ugly scar, isn't it? Whether it's on their face or not, girls always cherish their bodies the most. Diep Trung Min replied, you're lucky just to be alive. As if comforting her, he said, the stitching is done, now get some rest. Pho Tuan softly said thank you. When Luong So-mo saw him get out of the car, she immediately came over to ask, how is she? Diep Trung Min nodded and reported she's fine, she'll be okay with a little rest. Grumble, 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 it was already afternoon. Luong So-mo's stomachs let out a series of loud growls. Diep Trung Min was startled and turned to look, your stomach's growling. Luong So-mo scratched her ear, smiling and sticking her tongue out playfully. He laughed, it's only natural to be hungry by now. He told her, let's grab a bite to eat and then we'll go meet up with Mo Ye. Thud, thud, thud. Meanwhile, Mo Ye was fighting with the guy called Fifth Brother. He threw punch after punch and she dodged every one. He attacked with all his strength, getting more ferocious and excited with every punch, his muscles bulging as he attacked. Mo Ye couldn't dodge anymore. She raised her arms to guard her face, but the punch seemed too powerful for a normal person like her. She couldn't block the force of that punch. She was sent flying backward. The guy immediately chased after her as if trying to knock her unconscious. Mo Ye felt for something behind her. She picked it up and threw the piece of brick at Fifth Brother, then somersaulted away. Whack! He stopped chasing her, and instead brushed the brick dust from his shoulder. He then looked at her as if he wanted to eat her alive, smiling despicably. Pretty strong, huh? I like it. He finally decided to go for the last hit, raising his fist to finish Mo Ye off with this punch. So painful she was hit with a staggering blow, screaming inwardly, how is this guy so strong? That Fifth Brother laughed and raised his fist again as if he never tired, his strength always surging. He tried to grab her shirt, but Mo Ye swatted his hand away, surprising him. What kind of fighting style is that? Clearly unresigned, he watched as she threw another punch right at his face. This one seemed to carry all her strength, knocking him back a few steps. Whoosh! But afterward, he seemed completely unharmed and grew even more frenzied, like a monster had been awakened. That Fifth Brother just rubbed his nose as if her punch was nothing more than a mosquito bite. Her full-powered punch didn't even leave a scratch on him. Then he turned and beckoned to her as if to say he could take anything she threw at him. He said insultingly, come on, show me what else you've got. Mo Ye was surprised. This guy can really take a punch, but it's clear he hasn't mutated. A sense of shock filled her heart, but she took her fighting stance again. If he wants a fight, he'll get one. That Fifth Brother burst into crazed laughter. Ha ha ha, so you're a martial artist, are you? How interesting. Whoosh, Mo Ye lunged forward, but with some hesitation in her heart. How can he not be tired at all after fighting for so long? Thwack! Her fist was caught easily in his hand. Mo Ye was alarmed. That guy laughed not bad. He continued like a master instructing a student. It's true that in the face of absolute power, these fighting techniques are weak. Just like a cat's scratch. Then he wrestled her to the ground, intending to throw her. Mo Ye pulled her leg back, intending to kick him, but he acted like a madman. The more you resist, the more I enjoy it. A Bian, watching from the side, silently praised her. This girl is such a good fighter. Brother Five already took the drug, so how can it still be a stalemate? Brother Five was kicked by her and had to let go to block with his hands. The two of them were like a cat and mouse. The roulette wheel was right there, yet he was still being held up like this. He glanced at the roulette wheel as an idea struck him. I have to help Brother Five deal with this enemy. If I can just draw the item, then I can become a Superman. I have to seize this chance, and then I won't have to fear anyone anymore. He steeled his resolve, clenching his two fists. He has really been beaten stupid. Now is the time. He ran towards the roulette wheel. Mo Ye was struck in the back by a Bian, and she cried out in pain. Ah! She cursed inwardly. How could I forget there was another one? Damn it, asterisk, whoosh, asterisk. Brother Five seized the opportunity to strike Mo Ye, landing a punch in her stomach, asterisk, thwack, asterisk. Mo Ye flew back in pain, crashing into some shelves. Asterisk, thud, asterisk, She lay sprawled on the ground, motionless. Mo Ye thought resentfully, so there were two of them. She looked up, her eyes blazing with fury. Brother Five growled, cursing at a Bian. Damn it, who the hell needed your help? You think I can't beat her, is that it? After taking this police-grade drug, I can take on 10 people. He landed a powerful kick to Mo Ye's face. The blow made her spit up blood, and she felt like she was about to pass out. Still not satisfied, he grabbed Mo Ye by the collar. He looked at her and sneered, a cop protecting justice, how ridiculous. Mo Ye still tried to resist even with no strength left. She stared right into his eyes, refusing to admit defeat. That Brother Five raised his fist again as if to land another blow. Heh heh! Fists are the only true justice! He looked like a demon as his fist flew towards Mo Ye. She showed no fear and even smirked because behind him Ye Zhongming had finally appeared. This time that Brother Five is going to die. Oh, he kicked him. He looked behind him in surprise. Who dares to sneak attack me? Ye Zhongming landed on the ground and walked over to Mo Ye. She sat on the ground to rest for a moment, looking utterly exhausted. That Brother Five looked him up and down with a casual air. Brother Five spoke first. Well, kid, I was just looking for you. And you delivered yourself right to my doorstep. Ye Zhongming ignored Brother Five and walked over to Mo Ye. Extremely coldly, he asked, Do I know you? Brother Five was furious. You? It was true the two of them didn't know each other at all. The grudge was entirely one-sided on Brother Five's part. He went to Mo Ye's side. She still looked defiant, trying to push herself to sit up straight. Ye Zhongming, I'm fine! Despite the incredibly painful battle she had just been through, Ye Zhongming turned to look at Brother Five with a ferocious gaze which surprised him. You're obviously the kid who stole my supplies, so why are you acting as if I'm the one falsely accusing you? That Brother Five mumbled, Listen up, I am. But before he could introduce himself, Ye Zhongming lunged forward, swinging a fist at Brother Five and adding, I don't care who you are, no one touches my people, asterisk, whoosh, asterisk. Brother Five ducked to avoid the punch, cursing, Damn it, this brat doesn't even listen, die. He swung back at him. A murderous aura flashed in his eyes. Asterisk, clang, asterisk. He blocked the man's hand and was inwardly surprised. That's not right. His strength and speed are equal to mine. He took the pill and became a one-star warrior. How can you stop his fist? He frowned. Still lucky, not too bad. But inwardly, he laughed. His attack form was a complete mess, yet Zhongming looked down on that guy from the bottom of his heart. He dodged every single punch that guy threw. Whoosh! He kicked him in the waist, right as the guy tried to kick him. His arm deflected the guy's fist to the side. The kick landed painfully, making the man stagger as if he was about to fall backward. Damn it! He clutched his stomach and cursed, stumbling back while holding his waist. Ye Zhongming provoked him. What did you really think you could fight me just because you took a pill? Come on, keep at it, you son of a beach! As if injected with a stimulant, he rushed forward with all his might, wanting to knock him out with this single blow. But it was not that easy. As soon as he threw the punch, he immediately ducked, dodging as fast as a rabbit. Then he took the opportunity to punch him in the waist, shattering his ribs. Ye Zhongming smirked. A ruptured kidney does not feel good, does it? That fifth brother gritted his teeth filled with rage, but he fundamentally could not hit him. The martial arts level of the two was on a completely different plane. Like a provoked beast, he lunged forward. You stupid I am going to kill you, fifth brother roared. He immediately retreated, and when the man punched, he dodged to the right. The man could not land a single hit on him. Whoosh! Then he kicked again, and Ye Zhongming dodged again. Ye Zhongming dodged, and he attacked. The two fought back and forth, the sounds of thwacks echoing. A normal person would probably not be able to keep up with this kind of fight. He looked down on him from the bottom of his heart even though he was also a one-star warrior. His physical functions and reaction speed are not much worse than mine, but the thing that makes the real difference is not any of that. He parried Fifth Brother's arm as he punched, then grabbed his hand and pulled him forward. That Fifth Brother lost his balance and stumbled forward. Ye Zhongming seized the opportunity and raised his fist. It is my many years of life and death experience. His eyes were murderous. The powerful fist flew towards Fifth Brother. That guy's mouth fell open in fear. Pow, this punch landed right in his face. That Fifth Brother coughed up blood. This punch was like returning the kick that Mo Ye had to take earlier. Yes, he was hit and fell backward. His underling Abian witnessed it and worriedly called out Fifth Brother. He shouted loudly, "Cough, cough." That Fifth Brother slammed onto the ground in pain. He looked at him full of fear. Who in the world are you? He never expected that by provoking him, he had messed with the wrong person. Now terrified, he started listing things. Special Forces assassin. This lowly one has eyes but could not see. I was blind to have messed with you. Please spare me. The cowardly Fifth Brother immediately begged for mercy. But if Ye Zhongming had lost, one could not imagine what he would have gone through. He walked towards him like a god of death. That Fifth Brother knelt down and kowtowed before him. Spare me. I am begging you. A complete contrast to his arrogant demeanor from before. If you let me live, I will be your slave without a single complaint. However, in his hand, he was taking out a folding knife. Just as Ye Zhongming turned away, he slowly got up, his mouth still begging for mercy, but his eyes looked like he wanted to hack him to death on the spot. Please spare me this one time. I will definitely change, turn over a new leaf, and repay your great kindness. As he spoke, he lunged forward with that knife, intending to stab and kill him. Thwack, thwack, thwack. Just as the knife was about to reach Ye Zhongming, thwack, 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 he turned around and grabbed the hand holding the knife. You actually managed to dodge that. With his other hand, he broke the man's bones. The knife in his hand also fell following his move. That Fifth Brother screamed in pain. My hand, thwack, thwack, thwack. He turned and gave him another punch, saying, I have seen plenty of people like you. Cough, cough. He was hit with another punch and lay on the ground in agony. So much scheming, yet so pathetically weak. That Fifth Brother turned to his underling, the weakest one he always bullied. He begged, Abian, save me. That underling of his just stood there frozen in shock. Without a word, he looked just as panicked as Brother Five. He ran over to him, and Brother Five said joyfully, Quick, help me up, let's go. Good Brother Five praised Abian, who urged him, Brother Five, let's hurry and go. As the two of them helped each other leave, Mo Ye asked Cousin Ye, why did you let them go like that? Ye Zhongping said, it's not good. Those good brothers are about to destroy themselves. I don't even need to lift a finger. After all, I understand people's deceitful nature. He gave a self-mocking smile. The two of them smirked as the sky gradually darkened the twilight, casting a bewitching glow over the city. He stood silently watching the two help each other away. After seeing them go, he quickly knelt down beside Mo Ye and asked, How are you? She looked at him and smiled faintly. This little injury just needs a bit of rest and it'll be fine. He also smiled and said, Consider yourself lucky you didn't break any bones. The mischievous girl winked and replied, These are the bones of a guard. How could they break so easily? He placed a hand on his knee and stood up all right then. It seems this place. He looked at the machine covered by a white cloth and said, Has the roulette that Mo Xinfei mentioned. Abian supported Brother Five as they walked in the faint evening sun, the two of them laughing and talking cheerfully. The big muscular guy looked at his underling and said with a laugh, Good brother, a friend in need is a friend indeed. From now on, we'll share the fortunes and the misfortunes together. The underling. Abian was covered in sweat from supporting a guy twice his size. He also laughed and replied, Of course. Just wait until you've recovered, Brother Five. You'll be a great hero again. Brother Five looked down at his deformed arm and said angrily, Damn it, I'm crippled. You're not completely dead either, and the roulette has fallen into their hands again. Abian replied, That's right. The muscular guy leaned his whole body on his underling and shouted with bravado, Just wait a few days for me to recover. I'll get my spirit back and take everything back, right? But Abian seemed to have lost interest in him. He looked away, replying perfunctorily, Right. Suddenly, Abian stopped walking completely. His expression turned cold as he said, Brother Five, there's something I have to make clear. He held the other guy's arm to steady himself, then decisively turned on him, Share fortunes and misfortunes together. The brothers have followed you for so long. From struggling in the underworld to being chased by zombies, have we ever enjoyed any fortune? Hearing this, Brother Five was speechless and stammered, What are you? Abian ignored him and continued, On what grounds do you get to eat the meat while it's hard for the brothers to even get a sip of the soup? Perhaps he had wanted to say these words for a long time, but never dared. Now that Brother Five was an injured cripple, he finally dared to speak his mind. He pushed Brother Five away, clenched his fists, and shouted angrily, "Honest people just get bullied, is that it? Am I supposed to be an underling for my whole life?" Brother Five was also panicked and quickly said, Brother Abian, don't do anything crazy unexpectedly." Abian grabbed Brother Five's injured arm, lifted it, and said menacingly, "You're a cripple now. Wouldn't the crystal be safer with me?" Brother Five could only scream in pain. Abian took the crystal from his hand, looked at him viciously, and said, "I'll look after the crystal for you. You just stay here and recover well." Just then, outside the alley, a horde of zombies was peeking in, ready to charge. They were numerous and looked terrifying, each one wanting to eat him alive. Brother Five tried to call for help, but failed, his face filled with despair. Meanwhile, outside in the car, Summer sat anxiously looking out and wondering, "I think I heard a tragic scream. Wasn't that Ye Jongming's group?" Her eyes widened in alarm as she saw him carrying Mo Ye back. She panicked and quickly shouted at Jongming, "What's wrong with Mo Ye?" He calmly walked straight to the car and replied, "She's injured. Let's go to a nearby area and find a safe place to spend the night." Summer looked out and asked those two people who just came out of the supermarket. Was it them? She angrily gripped the steering wheel and cursed if I had known I would have run those two bastards over. A large fire flickered inside the building. Summer and Ye Jongming sat with their knees drawn up watching the fire. The other two girls were already asleep under the blankets. Summer said while eating, "Oh right, shouldn't we hide this roulette? Just in case someone else takes advantage of it." He also picked up a piece of food and replied the roulette's position can't be moved. After the secret of the roulette gets out, it will definitely be fought over. He put a piece of food in his mouth and continued speaking while chewing, but we've already drawn our prizes. The basic useful items have all been redeemed. He looked at the pile of items on the ground, the enhancement potion, the immunity potion, and a silver circular shield necklace. Looking at these things, he smiled smugly, thinking it's a good thing so many people helped me. To collect so many crystals, it wasn't a waste of effort. Summer picked up the necklace, her eyes crinkling with delight. "Wow, this necklace is so beautiful." She held it against her neck, her eyes sparkling. "It really is beautiful," Ye Jongming then said to her. "This isn't jewelry, it's an important tool." She sighed in disappointment. "Even if it were jewelry, I couldn't wear it. Who would I wear it for the zombies?" "That's right. Most of the time, girls dress up for other people to see." She grew sad, at a loss for words, and stared at the fire in front of her. In a sorrowful voice, she said, "The world we had before can never come back." Her words made all three girls sad. Seeing the mood suddenly turn heavy, he frowned and said loudly, "But if our team can stick together and act as one, we can at least stay alive," he said with determination, trying to motivate the girls. "I, Ye Jongming, am not some benevolent person. I only saved you because I want you to become my support. I need you to trust me and then prove your own capabilities." He took out a vial and held it up. "I will give you power. A power called the future," both Su Yin and Mo Ye exclaimed in unison. They looked at the vial in surprise and exclaimed the power of the future. He held up the green vial and explained this is called an enhancement potion. As you all know, it's one of the prizes. Drawn from the roulette. This potion can enhance a person's physical abilities, for example, muscle strength, speed, and even the body's immunity and metabolic power. Su Yin looked at him and asked, "So isn't that basically a superpower?" He replied, "It's not that exaggerated. Right now, what we've drawn from the roulette is a basic level enhancement potion. It can improve bodily functions by 20 to 30%. It's more than enough to deal with normal zombies. To put it simply, a person who drinks it will become stronger than normal." Summer said dejectedly, "Even with a 20% boost to my physical abilities, it's still not enough." He looked at her reassuringly. "The most potent thing about this potion is, after unlocking the latent potential you currently have and boosting it by 20%, don't underestimate your own strength." Mo Ye then turned to ask Ye Jongming, "Are you this strong because of this enhancement potion?" He replied, "What else? With my natural physique, do you think I could be having this conversation with a police officer?" She looked at him frowning seriously and continued, "An enhancement potion can only strengthen bodily functions, not combat techniques and fighting experience, correct? Or not?" Ye Jongming, "He knows too much about the apocalypse and he's stronger than a police officer." "Who is he really?" Sumo also glanced at him, feeling tense and thinking, "That's right. I had a strange feeling from the moment I met him. It's as if he has already completely adapted to this zombie world." The atmosphere between the four of them suddenly fell silent. After a moment, Mo Ye spoke again. You don't happen to know the cause of the apocalypse, do you? Hearing the barrage of suspicious questions, he put a hand to his mouth, coughed lightly to compose himself, and said, "Ha ha ha. The information I know was told to me by Mo Ching-fei. If you want to know more, you can find her." But in his heart, he thought, I can't let them know that I was reborn. It doesn't matter if they would believe me or not. This is my biggest secret. Sumo's eyes widened as she looked at him and exclaimed, "Oh, is that so? This Mo Ching-fei must not be a simple person." Seeing how easily she believed him, he chuckled to himself, thinking, she actually bought it. So gullible. He held out the blue potion again. Su Yin looked at the vial, sweating and a little anxious, and asked, "A potion with effects like this, are there any side effects?" He replied, "The usual side effect is excruciating pain. In a few cases, the cells will rapidly rupture, causing them to bleed from their 7 orifices and die." As soon as he finished speaking, Su Yin jumped up in alarm. Standing before him, she covered her mouth in terror and cried out, "You could die. That's too dangerous." But he just looked at her calmly and replied, "Risk and reward always go hand in hand." He took out 2 vials, looked at the 2 girls before him, and spoke seriously. "I won't force you. The 2 of you should think it over carefully before you choose." The 2 girls fell silent, unsure what to say. Finally, Mo Ye put a hand on her knee, stood up, held out her hand to him, and said, "Give it to me. I want it." Yet Zhongming smirked at her, "Humph, as expected of you." He handed her the potion and said, "Let me give you a warning. The pain of this evolution is more than a normal person can bear. It's best to prepare yourself thoroughly. Drink it tomorrow." The girl just gave a soft hum of agreement. Nearby, Su Yin watched with a pale face, thinking to herself, I can't be the one who drags the team down. I can't always rely on Ye Zhongming to get me out of trouble. Even if it's dangerous, I have to try it. After psyching herself up, she spoke with determination. I want one too." He turned to look at her with a satisfied smile. "Of course you can." He also instructed her, "Drink it tomorrow after you've prepared well. Get some rest early tonight. And one more thing." He suddenly pulled her jacket zipper up over her chest. He remained perfectly calm, zipping up her jacket while saying, "From now on, dress more practically. Revealing clothes aren't suited for combat." Blushing bright red, she quickly nodded. "Oh, okay, I get it." Seeing the 2 of them chatting and laughing, Mo Ye sat up annoyed. She snapped, "Could you 2 keep it down? I'm trying to sleep." He turned and said to everyone, "All right, everyone, get some rest. I'll take watch. We have a big day tomorrow." The night grew quiet, leaving only him on guard in the back of the truck, the dog sleeping soundly beside him. Suddenly, someone approached. He squinted, trying to see ahead, then quickly grabbed his knife and rushed forward, shouting, "Who's there?" Just as he was about to strike, he was startled to realize it was So-Am. The girl broke out in a cold sweat and screamed, "Ah!" His face darkened as he frowned and asked, "Why aren't you sleeping? What are you doing out here?" The girl, looking sad, poked her 2 index fingers together and replied, "I'm a little scared." He looked at her and asked, "Scared of what? Do you regret taking the medicine?" Suddenly, she threw herself into his arms, hugging him tightly. He was too surprised to react. She rested her head on his chest, her eyes welling up with tears, and whispered, "No, I don't regret it. It's just that if I drink the medicine tomorrow and die, then I won't be able to see you anymore." He listened silently as she continued, "Just thinking about it, I couldn't sleep." He affectionately patted her head and said, "I see. Then let me ask you one more time." She looked up at him, her cheeks flushed with 2 streams of tears running down her face, looking incredibly pitiful. He frowned, looked at her seriously, and said, "Obtaining that thing isn't actually necessarily a blessing. Once you gain great power, I won't let you go so easily. I will require you to stay and fight with me for my goals." He held her 2 shoulders firmly. He gently asked, "Are you willing to stay with me?" So-Am had calmed down now. She wiped her tears and replied softly, "I know and I understand very well. You saved my life." She smiled at him, her eyes curving. "So as long as you give me the chance, I will always stand by your side. I won't be scared anymore." Hearing her words, he was very pleased. He turned around and asked, "What about you?" Behind the 2 of them, next to the truck, Mac-Da was standing with her arms crossed, having been there for who knows how long. She frowned and replied coldly, "Can you tell me what you plan to do next?" He looked straight at her and answered, "As expected, tomorrow we're going to that hospital. After that, we'll head to Pearl Lake in South City." She turned her face away, a guilty look on her face as she spoke. "I'm sorry, I might have to leave." He looked at her, startled. So-Am was also surprised and asked why. He glanced at her, thinking to himself, what a shame. She has great potential. Although he didn't want her to go, he still replied, "All right. I agreed to give you that power and the promise still stands." The girl with one hand in her pocket held out the other and looked at him confidently, saying, "Don't worry, I'll be back soon. It's just that there are a few things I need to take care of. If things go smoothly, I'll find you at Pearl Lake then." She offered him a few bullets. "Take these, you might need them." He took them with a small smile. "To be honest, even if you hadn't offered them, I would have come looking for you to ask for them." That night, the surroundings were silent, with only their voices breaking the quiet. All right. Hurry up and go to sleep. Get some proper rest. Tomorrow is going to be another busy day." So Am still cried out, "Huh, but I still can't sleep." MacDaw replied, "Good night." The next morning, the three girls each held a vial of medicine, looking at one another with fear and breaking out in a sweat. Then, without hesitation, they drank it all in one go first. So Am, then An. The vials fell to the ground and shattered. All three girls trembled and collapsed to the ground. They gritted their teeth, enduring the bone-deep pain. Deep Trung Min stood with his arms crossed, watching the three girls, and said, "I'm heading to the hospital we were at before. You all just stay here and rest for a bit. If So-Am and Tuan are feeling all right later, they can try hunting some zombies nearby. Remember not to fight too many zombies. If you see white crystal zombies or mutated creatures, run immediately." He looked at the two girls in pain on the ground and asked, "Got it." With that, he left with the dog. Summer watched him leave, trying to call out, "Be careful." He replied with a soft "yeah," and after a while, he finally reached the hospital. Looking at the towering hospital in front of him, he smiled smugly, thinking as expected, it is still here. "I remember now." He looked at the beast in the hospital and recalled a story he had heard in his past life about the people of this city. They had discovered 3 guardian beasts at a certain hospital. They killed many teams of survivors nearby. Their strength was immense. He looked at its 3 giant eggs. Later, a 6-star expert from the military took action and dealt with these 3 beasts. He obtained a map and one of the beast's eggs. He recalled that map, thinking I heard that map was a blueprint for a blade-type weapon, because not long after that expert's army, quite a few people started equipping an outstanding silver-grade battle blade. He frowned, sweating, and clenched his teeth in excitement, thinking this time the map and that egg will all be mine. He looked down at the corpses on the ground, feeling that he had already wiped out all the nearby zombies. There definitely will not be any unexpected situations. He took out the gun in his hand, checked the bullets, and thought, next I just need to make the final preparations. He thought back to the last time he used a bow and arrow to shoot the crocodile ape. The last time he encountered it, he was completely unprepared. Moreover, the power of the bow and arrow was too low. Thinking this, he raised the gun to inspect it. This gun is not bad, but it only reaches the gray grade level. Its power does not exceed the scope of a weapon. Normal on Earth. He took out a few bullets and the claws of an animal, thinking I can only try to do something with these bullets. The claws I got from killing the skink last time finally have a use. With that, he quickly performed the enchantment. Instantly, the bullet and the claws merged, creating a super bullet. He looked at them and smiled in relief. It is a success. A normal bullet enhanced by enchantment into an armor-piercing round. Its penetration and damage have been greatly increased. With everything prepared, he was ready to act. Ye Zhongping bent down, patted the dog's head, and instructed you wait here for me. If other people or zombies show up later, let me know. The dog understood and barked once in agreement. With that settled, he vaulted over the wall into the hospital. The dog stood guard above, watching the crocodile monster, which wore a skull-shaped piece of armor. It vigilantly opened its eyes wide. It immediately shot up, looking around in confusion. When it saw his red coat fluttering in the wind, it became furious. It let out a growl, stood up on 2 legs, and charged like a mad bull. It let out a fierce roar, then leaped and pounced on the coat, sending it flying into the air. It immediately tilted its head back to watch. Ye Zhongping, hiding in a corner, saw it was distracted and immediately took out his gun to aim. He thought the crocodile ape gets extremely agitated when it sees that cloth. This piece of information was indeed correct. He fired a bullet at it. The bullet pierced right through its sturdy armor, drawing blood. He thought happily, bingo, it worked. The monster in pain turned to grab him. He nimbly jumped away to dodge. No wonder that turtle bird suddenly came after me last time. The crocodile suddenly transformed its body, swelling far beyond its original size. It shot forward like a sharp arrow aimed straight at him. Its ferocious aura was terrifying. But Ye Ming remained unusually calm. He quickly drew his knife, gritted his teeth, and stabbed relentlessly. Suddenly, its giant tail whipped through the air, aiming straight for his face. He glanced aside as an idea flashed in his mind. Perhaps this was his chance. He leaped up, his whole body landing neatly on the monster's tail. It widened its eyes in utter shock at the unexpected move. Unexpectedly, he skillfully used its own tail as a brace. Stabbing the knife straight at its face, the monster didn't have time to dodge and its mouth gaped wide open. He seized the opportunity and plunged the knife into its tongue. Timing it perfectly, he swung a fatal blow, the blade sinking deep to the hilt in the soft flesh. He smirked triumphantly and drew his gun, one hand still holding the knife, while the other aimed straight at its throat. "Goodbye!" The gunshot rang out, and in the blink of an eye he leaped off its body, laughing heartily in triumph. The crocodile had been completely taken down by him as he put on his jacket. He glanced over at the 3 giant eggs in the distance, and amidst them a map glowed with a brilliant golden light. He picked it up and shouted joyfully found it. The map clearly detailed each stage, wind moon dance, sand dance, and battlefield under the moon. After reading the paper, he muttered, so the final stage is actually a rare purple grade. It even comes with 2 skills, 1 passive and 1 active for 5 years since the apocalypse began. The price of attack skills only skyrocketed without ever dropping 5 years later, even though it sometimes cooled down. They were still among the most luxurious items in any trade. He remembered the rare gold-hilted saber, a weapon that already came with a top-tier skill. That purple-grade saber also possessed 2 skills. Its true value was practically limitless at the epic tier. He clenched the paper in his hand and sighed in anguish, but the cost of the necessary materials would probably be up to 1,000 magic crystals. Grade 5 crystals at my current stage, I definitely can't afford that. He clenched his fist, determined to figure out how to craft the first stage Wind Moon for now, as for the second stage Sand Dance. And Battlefield Under the Moon Stage 3 problems that can be solved with money are not problems at all for someone who has been reborn like me. What is there to fear? He put his 2 hands in his pockets. Looking at the 3 supergiant eggs, moreover, this thing is a treasure called a minor evolution potion. If a person eats it, they can greatly strengthen their physique. If a pet consumes it, it can even trigger evolution. Thinking this, he cupped his 2 hands around his mouth and called out loudly, "Silly pup, come and eat." Hearing the word eat, the dog barked loudly. Right after that, 1 man and 1 dog sat next to each other, cracking open an egg and eating it greedily. Ye Zhongming mumbled as he chewed. This evolution potion really lives up to its name. My stamina and mental strength are about to fully recover. Furthermore, he looked at his hand, his whole body brimming with vitality, and continued, I can clearly feel that my physical strength has doubled compared to before I used the evolution potion. 1 star. He looked at the dog and said, "Silly pup, lift your head and let me see." The dog, who was eating heartily, obediently lifted its head. He smiled amusedly, looking at it, and said, "What's your innate skill? Show it to me." Hearing that the dog began to perform, all the fur on its body stood on end, and it shot out a series of sharp quills looking just like a porcupine. He glanced at the sharp hairs stuck firmly into the wall. "So powerful," he remarked on this silly pup's innate skill. "So it's a fur-based attack called Fine Metal Strands." But when he turned to look at the dog, its entire body was now completely bald. "It shoots just a little bit and runs out of fur completely." He was speechless, looking at it, not knowing what to say. He could only pat its head to comfort it. "Well, this is good. I don't have to brush your fur anymore. Besides, you're still as ugly as ever, but the power isn't bad," saying that he waved his hand and left. "You can eat the rest. But don't touch the other 2 eggs." The dog barked obediently once inside the hospital. Ye Zhongming walked out with his knife. He touched the car door and muttered, "This can't be delayed. First, I'll craft the Wind Moon." He closed his eyes. Flashes of magical light appeared. The craftsman skill activated, and his power began to surge. Holding the knife high, he watched the materials merge, thinking to himself, the claws and fangs of the armored crocodile plus 1 grade 2 magic crystal. Finally, the spot where he stood erupted. A blinding beam of light shot straight into the sky. The knife now looked completely different, brimming with power. He smiled. "It's a success." Then he swung his arm to test it. A nearby wooden post was instantly sliced in 2. He exclaimed in surprise. "It's so sharp." Looking at the clean, flawless cut on the post, he felt incredibly proud. There are still some materials left to craft more weapons for the Shamo people to enhance their strength.